It's playoff football time here in West Liberty, Kentucky. Tonight, the Morgan County Cougars are going to take on the Walton-Verona Bearcats. And only the third time in school history, Morgan County will be playing a playoff game on the home field. Joining Perry Allen and myself tonight, head coach Polo Eastling. Polo, how's it feel?
Looking at that sign, it says Don McKenzie, and we wanted to host one for him, but we also wanted to win one for him. So we still got some work to do. We still got a lot of work to get done.
You know, speaking of that, Don McKenzie, this is the first year he's not been on the sidelines, obviously. How much does it mean to your football program, not only get to the playoffs, but just having that home presence here for him? Is this something that the players have talked about?
Oh, we've talked about it all year. Spent all week talking about it even more. And they're dialed in, they're focused, they understand what's in front of them and what's here for Don, So what a way to send a true legend out and for these young men to become legends themselves.
Right. Big game here tonight. Perry Allen's got some questions for you. I'll start it out first. I'll hand it over to Perry. But let's get right to it. We know it's no secret what Walton-Verona wants to do with the football. They want to air it out. Avery Howe is one of the most prolific passers in Walton-Verona school history. He's the all-time leading passer. They got a couple of kids named Braden Donato, Michael Oatfield, who's come back off injury. Two deep threats for Walton-Verona. Coach, how are we going to look to combat that air attack of the Bearcats?
Man, we got to stay behind him. Like you said, the kid had just come back, 15. He's a game changer. We're going to try to double him up a little bit, keep some eyes on him, keep some eyes on little 10 too. They're both extremely fast. We got to try to make them run the ball. We can't let nobody get behind us. We preach it. The kids have done well. We're going to throw some different disguise coverages maybe here and there, and also some disguise blitzes. I think we can get after him a little bit. So, we got here the last few weeks by being aggressive, so I look for Coach Brown to stay aggressive, but we just got to keep them in front of us, bend, don't break kind of mentality. And the best thing we can do is keep them off the field.
Exactly.
Just get the ball and grind it, and we'll see what happens. But we got to stop them. It's been a whole lot nicer than playing this thing in the rain. Right. But we'll play it here on a Thursday in the cold, and I think we're ready. We'll be all right.
Yeah, prevent the explosive. We'll talk more about that in depth. Perry, I know you have some questions for Coach.
Well, you mentioned the rain, and one of the comments I made to Chris and Jonathan yesterday is anybody talk to Coach Eastling to see when he wants to play the game. A bad weather night being Friday, and they like to throw the ball, but here we are on Thursday. And, just how special is it to be here, with all my years being involved in Morgan County football, going back to the days being a manager similar to you when you're 5 years old. And to be here for a playoff game is just tremendous. So tell me what a couple of your keys are. I know you mentioned a specific player, number 15 for Walton-Verona, and making them run the ball. But what are a couple of other keys for our fans to follow tonight?
Man, we've got to be lights out special team wise. We can't have no mental mistakes. That's a third of the game for a reason. We've got to be solid there. Again, I've said it all year, we got to play in front of the chains. We can't have any mental mistakes. We're not going to audible, do a lot of crazy stuff tonight, but these guys are amped up and just getting that little quick start. We've got to settle in, and I've told them all week, man, embrace this. Take this in, but don't get lost in it. We still have something to do, and, you know, they say heroes live forever, or heroes never die, but we've got to really come out and take care of the ball and do what we do and grind this thing and keep that offense off the field.
Well, one of the things I've noticed on the special teams that I think you've done a great job of, I've mentioned on the air, is the kickoff team. In all honesty, kicking the ball out of bounds so that their athletes can't get the ball. And there's a lot to be said for that. So is that something you'll look at tonight also?
Yeah, we want to try to kick it a little bit deeper out of bounds just to kind of stay behind that 35. But we're kind of limited in our speed, especially on that far side. So we play the odds on it, try to kick it out of bounds, keep the big play from happening, keep that momentum from shifting on one play. And, you know, we got to be fundamentally sound tonight and really aggressive. I want to see these guys uber aggressive. I look for Alex Lee to be flying all over the field on offense and defense. And hopefully we can sneak him out every now and then and maybe get the ball in the air to him. Because I think they're going to load the box up on us. And we just got to take advantage when we can take advantage of it and see where we are.
Well, Chris and I both thought last week's game at Paris, really the score wasn't indicative of the caliber of play. You know, the score could have been a whole lot closer in very few ways there than it had got out a little bit. But still, I thought you all were very competitive and you didn't quit. You know, Paris ranked 10th in the state in single A. Breathitt County ranked 7th this week in double A. You know, so a whole lot there. You played a lot of good competition this year, and I look for Walton-Verona to be a very good game tonight.
The Paris just speed killed us. I mean, their interior linemen were faster than their DBs. You know, and you just can't coach speed. And so tonight, I don't think there's 15 and 10 are fast, but the running backs are not as shifty and not as fast. I think we can get to them a little bit. They're a little more slow hitting with their running game, unlike Paris, where they were just lightning in a bottle. So it's going to be a good matchup. But again, we got to do what we do and control ourselves and our emotions and just get after it and play. There's nothing to lose tonight. Nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I'm excited about it. Can't wait to get out there with these guys. And hopefully see you in the winner's circle here shortly.
Thanks, Coach. Chris?
Yeah, some closing thoughts here with Coach Eastland before we let him get back to his team. You touched on one of my keys for the game, and that's for us to be on the plus side on special teams. That's an area that we don't want to be on a negative, and you touched on that, answered that perfectly, so I don't have to ask you that again. But one thing I wanted to talk about, Perry and I have talked about this too, the development of your offensive and defensive lines over the past several weeks, I think, has been very good. Talk a little bit about that, and that's definitely a big positive that you want going forward tonight, is have that physicality up front in the trenches.
Yeah, and I think on the defensive side, he don't get mentioned enough, is Asa Barron.
Absolutely.
He's a sophomore kid that plays with a ton of energy. He's quick and fast, gives us a good look at the tight end when we go to the offensive side, but they're all physical. They're all fairly fast. Got some big guys, Jace Atkins, huge plugger up front. So I look for them to play smart. And a lot of these guys on the offensive side have been starting since they were freshmen.
Right.
And then you've got Ethan Jenkins that you roll in there and a Kelton King that really give us some good looks. They're a smart bunch, but it's just a consistency. It's a consistency of what we're doing and changing this blocking scheme up and doing the same thing, but just doing it in a different look. And I look for them tonight to try to confuse us up front, changing fronts and stuff like that. And we've had a good week of practice in the preparation side against odd fronts, against even fronts, against eagle fronts. If they do this, we need to do that. Right. And so I look for them to execute well tonight and come out on top of this thing.
Awesome. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all you do for us.
Thank you very much. Mark Polo, Easterling head coach, Morgan County Cougars. You hear it there, some of the keys to the games tonight. We kind of touched on that. We're going to touch on that a little bit more later. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have a former Morgan County Cougar who's probably the all-time leading rusher in Morgan County history. That's going to be something to debate. This guy's got some crazy numbers. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk to former Cougar Cody Thornsberry. You're watching Morgan County football, KHSAA state playoffs here tonight on Spree TV.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless. One of the things that makes us the region's best network isn't just our coverage, it's that we're local. You'll find real people right here from home, ready to help you get the best deals on the latest devices. We hear the other carriers bragging about how they cover the middle of nowhere, but this isn't nowhere. All our roads lead to somewhere. So come home to Appalachian Wireless. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Stanifer Builders is the area's best general contracting and paving company, serving you since 1965. We are family owned and operated and ready to meet your needs. Our experienced staff has the expertise to do the job right, no matter the size. We offer commercial and residential paving without the hassle of a big contractor. We also now offer dirt work services. Call us today for your free estimate. Stanifer Builders is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Good luck to all athletes this season.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Back here at Don McKenzie Field, where tonight Morgan County takes on Walton-Verona. Pre-game coverage here. We bring back an old Cougar from about 12, 13 years ago. Many of you know Cody Thornsberry, one of the most all-time best running backs. Morgan County history, he definitely ranks right up there. Got a lot of accolades on the jacket here. This kid had 66 total touchdowns in his career, 62 rushing, 4 of them receiving, 4,799 rushing yards, 4 kickoff returns for touchdown, 2 punt returns for touchdown. This was Wandale Robinson before Wandale Robinson. Cody, glad you're with us tonight. How's it going?
It's going great. Excited to be back. Hopefully witness history tonight. I know it's the first one on this field, but it's third home playoff we've hosted. Talking to Polo before the game, hopefully third time's a charm. That's what I told him.
Well, Cody was on the playoff teams for Morgan County. Our head coach Brian Turner, 8-3 seasons, like 8-2 and 8-3, if I'm not mistaken, or 8-3 and 8-3. But we lost. We had the 2 previous home playoff games. We lost both to Lawrence County. Kind of walk us back through that, because I know that was a tough loss because we got the football down 1st and goal inside the 5. But take us through, what was it like for you guys to be the first group to have the first home playoff game to be played at Morgan County?
Something to be proud of, honestly. You know, when I my freshman year, or the year before, some of these guys standing behind me, they hadn't won a game or won one game. We went 5-5 my freshman year, so it kind of seemed a little unreal, surreal, you know, to really be a part of something like we talked about. We had a lot of success in middle school, and we were just, you know, anxious to get to high school. And I think we turned a lot of heads. Like, I don't think we had a lot of support as much as probably now, because now that it's a real thing now, you know. It's just, wish I could go back. Right. You know, I'd give anything. I think a lot of these guys would, because there's just nothing like it. You know, Friday Night Lights, I know it's cliche to say, but there's just nothing like it.
Yeah, tell us about your recruitment process. You went on to play a little bit post-high school, correct?
Yep. So I got recruited by a couple small schools. I ended up choosing the University of Cumberland's. Played 2 seasons there. Didn't get a whole lot of playing time, but got to experience this offense, actually. The Polos runs the exact offense Polos running now. Because I came back and coached for a couple seasons, I think 2017, 2018, somewhere around in there. So I got familiar. He brought me on, kind of helped him out with this offense, and would love to be back now, you know.
Well, I'm going to ask Perry's going to have maybe a question or two for you, but also tonight we're going to honor the 2012 football team, correct? Is that at the half?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
It's pretty cool because some of these guys, I don't think we've seen each other since then. Was hoping, maybe it would be tomorrow, so a couple more of us could get out. I think a few of us kind of can't make today, but it's just, and then there's a lot of guys, Don, people like that, that aren't here with us now, so I wish they could be here, but it's just great to see everybody.
Right. Perry?
Thanks, Chris. Cody, that's a nice-looking leather jacket there. You can still get in it.
Yeah, I know.
And we were talking earlier, Cody's living in Louisville now. But first of all, tell me, what would you do on a field like this?
Well, I was talking to Polo at midfield there, and I said, man, I used to do a backflip coming out of the tunnel in every game. I said, you know how high I could have got on this turf field?
No slippage.
I know. Yeah, it was great. There was talk when I was in high school after the tornado. We were supposed to get one, but we never did. And it was good to see the kids. Back when I came to help out Coach, I'd already got to see it. So it's a little jealous.
Yeah, me too. Me too, very much. We still had the baseball dirt infield, so it was tough. So what did football teach you about life?
So I actually have a tattoo. It's iron strengthened iron, and that kind of embodied me, from middle school on up to college. I just think we're all here to make each other better, and just the sport of football, basketball and baseball, nothing against it, but you have a lot more games and a little less practice. Football, you got your summer ball, sometimes 2 days, whatever. Everything's different. And it just has a more adversity aspect of it, I feel like. And you got that one shot every week on Friday night, and you guys got to lay it all out there, do what your coach has told, prepare yourself. And I feel like that just speaks a lot of life, you know what I mean?
Well, back earlier in the season, one of the games I mentioned what Archie Griffin, multiple Heisman Trophy winner, what he said football teaches you. We all get knocked down in life. We all get knocked down in football. It teaches you to get up, and so important. So, what are you doing today? What's the Cody of today about?
So now I currently work at an asphalt plant. It's Louisville Paving down in Louisville. Live there. Got a girlfriend right now. We got a 1-year-old now, so getting experience. His second word was ball. Mama than ball. So hoping I get to relive some of the days through him. In the years to come.
Well, very good, very good. I'm going to turn it back over to Chris, and quite a career.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Cody Thornberry here. A couple things before we let you go, Cody. Cody was one of the players that you had an impact on the youth of Morgan County. There were a lot of kids that came to ball games. They would watch Cody come onto the field and do the back handspring, the front flip or whatever. They saw the athleticism, but a lot of little kids looked up to that. My son was one. Parker Trusty, after the game, would want to go talk to Cody, and you gave him a pair of gloves, is that right?
Yeah, I think I might have signed them or something, too.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So he was kind of big time to a lot of the kids because you were such a great player, but you had a lot of great teammates, too, that you credit as well, and you guys were a tight-knit group. We're seeing that with this Morgan County team this year. This has been a team that's come together. They've played their best football at the end of the year. If you had advice for this team, if you go into the locker room tonight, one of the last things that you maybe tell people back home, what would you tell this Morgan County team tonight in this game?
I've already kind of thought about that. I would tell them 3 things right now to win this game. You tackle, you take care of the ball, and penalties. Have the fewest penalties. And then that would be one. All of them can get a stat that even I've never had, and it's the first home playoff win. And I would trade all mine for that any day of the week.
Well, there you have it. That's what Morgan County's shooting for tonight. They're trying to get their first playoff home win in school history. The Cougars have one win on the road. That occurred in 2004 against Mercer County, beating them 21-14 under head coach Randy Wood. But tonight, the Cougars are going to try to make history. Cody, it's awesome to see you. Welcome back to West Liberty. Let's hope this guy's a good luck charm for the Cougars tonight. We got more pregame coming up here in just a few minutes. We're going to take another short break. On the other side of things, you're watching Morgan County football state playoff version on Spree TV.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
With TCB Mobile, you can complete your banking needs on your own watch, anytime, anywhere. The Citizens Bank, the Anytime Bank.
Hey, are you stuck with a carrier that doesn't get you? Yeah, we get it. So at Appalachian Wireless, switching is easy and way more rewarding. With our promotions, you can port your number, grab incredible savings, and enjoy a service that feels a little bit more like home. Plus, we've got the latest devices and a team that's here just for you. So why settle? Visit us online or stop by one of our many retail locations today to see why we're the region's best network. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Did you know that teens can have their own debit cards at the Citizens Bank? Teach them independence while you stay in control. Ask about teen debit cards today. The Citizens Bank, committed to our community since 1928.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Stanford Builders is the area's best general contracting and paving company, serving you since 1965. We are family owned and operated and ready to meet your needs. Our experienced staff has the expertise to do the job right, no matter the size. We offer commercial and residential paving without the hassle of a big contractor. We also now offer dirt work services. Call us today for your free estimate. Stanford Builders is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Good luck to all athletes this season.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With TCB Mobile, you can complete your banking needs on your own watch, anytime, anywhere. The Citizens Bank, the Anytime Bank.
Hi, this is John Ison. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Ison Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Trusty back here pregame. We're about 30 minutes away from kickoff. We're talking with Greg Green, band director of the Morgan County Band of Pride, and Chloe Lewis, a sophomore flute and piccolo player. Is that correct? Guys, I want to talk a little bit about what it means to the atmosphere of high school sports to have the Band of Pride here. Greg, talk about your career here at Morgan County and just how special this band program and what it means to you.
Oh, I started here in August of '98. Bruce Herdman hired me. And I've loved being here ever since. We've had our schedules have been up and down, but we're on the right track right now. We've got about probably almost 40 in the high school band class now, which is awesome because we're going the right direction.
That's awesome. I know. And how many years total?
This is my 31st year of teaching.
31st. Chloe, you've just been a part of this for a couple of years. What's it mean to you to be a part of the Band of Pride?
It means to have a family that always supports you, even like if you're going through a hard time, they know what you're going through, and we kind of support each other, and it means a lot.
That's awesome. That's a really good answer there. And you know, the band is similar to the football program because you're a family, right? So, but you also, a lot of people don't realize how hard you guys work. What's it like being part of the marching band in the summer months where you guys have to really work hard? Talk about that.
You have to take a lot of time out of your day to just march and all that. And it takes a lot of effort to actually show up. And, like, most people, like, they don't come, and it really brings us down. So whenever we're all in together, it's really good.
What's your favorite instrument?
Piccolo.
Piccolo. Okay. Now, is this something you want to do post-high school? Would you like to go to college and play?
I would love to go to MSU and continue my career.
Major in music, I say. All right. Well, the impacts that Greg Green has made on this band program, as you see behind me here, is tremendous. And you get a chance to come to a football game. This is the last one probably at home, but also the basketball season. Will you guys be there at a lot of the games? Talk about that.
Absolutely. We have several events that we do as a band function, like All District Honors Band, Moorhead State Band Clinic, and those things happen in January. So we typically start doing basketball games in February when that's done, and we're there through the district and regional play.
Right. Well, you guys know, if you're watching back home, when the band is there, the atmosphere is just different. And I just want to let you guys know, players, basketball, football, the crowd, just the citizens, they appreciate what you guys do. It's a lot of hard work, and you guys are so talented.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And it is. I mean, it's really awesome to see just how talented our band program is, and that's because of the leadership under guys like Greg Green. Guys, thanks for being a part of this tonight. Try to bundle up, and let's see if we can get these Cougars to a victory.
That's right. Thank you very much. Go Cougs!
Thank you.
There you go, Chloe Lewis and band director Greg Green from here at Morgan County High School. We're under 30 minutes away from football. You're watching Morgan County football on Spree TV.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Back here pregame, I'm with former Morgan County Cougar and retired Kentucky State Police Kelly Bowman, also a classmate of mine from the class of 1992. And Kelly, the 1991 football team was a senior-laden football team that you was on, and it got to experience the state playoffs on a cold night at Russell. How does this compare to that?
Well, I think this bunch of kids here is ready to play tonight. We fought hard down there, but it was terribly cold, but fell a little short. But it was a great experience for me and all my classmates.
Right. Well, Kelly has another interest tonight. His son Ty Bowman in the secondary for the Cougars, the sophomore number 2. What's it mean for you to see your own son play and also play in a meaningful game like tonight?
I love it. He loves football. He fighting back from an injury. He's doing really well right now, so we want to see all the players do their best and come off the field safe.
Well, I'll tell you what, tonight is a special night because we have a chance to do something that's never been done before. Your team in 1991 was on the road into the playoffs, like most of them, only for the third time. This is a home playoff game for Morgan County, and we've never won one at home. So, we want the people watching back home or come out tonight and try to experience something which could be special. This is a good Walton-Verona team. This team's going to pass the football a lot, so it's going to be a good matchup. What advice would you have for this Morgan County team if you could take a part of your playing days and apply it to them?
Play like it's the last game that you're going to play this season. Get them safeties and corners back and make the plays that you got to make.
That's what it's all about. And, it's been a long time. We won't say how many years it's been, Kelly, since back to 91, but everybody can do the math. But playing in a postseason atmosphere in high school sports is very meaningful. That was a good football program, good team that we had in 91. Had 18 seniors on that team. It was a very close-knit team, much like this Cougar team has become over the course, especially the last 5 weeks. In the stands and as a former player, what growth have you seen from this Cougar football team these last few weeks? Where have they gotten better?
Their confidence is through the roof right now. I think they're trusting each other. They're just making the plays that they need to make. The ground game it's great with Kevin. He's running the ball hard, and the other guys are too. It's just a fun team to watch right now.
Well, we're going to try to bring him home. That's Kelly Bowman, former Morgan County Cougar class of 1992. Old number 42. I remember his jersey number, of course. So he's going to cheer on his number 2 tonight. Kelly, thanks for joining us. Let's get a Cougar victory. All right, there you have it. We're about 24 minutes away from kickoff here in West Liberty, and we're going to take another short break. We'll have more pregame coverage. You're watching Morgan County football on Spree TV.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless. One of the things that makes us the region's best network isn't just our coverage, it's that we're local. You'll find real people right here from home, ready to help you get the best deals on the latest devices. We hear the other carriers bragging about how they cover the middle of nowhere, but this isn't nowhere. All our roads lead to somewhere. So come home to Appalachian Wireless. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Stanford Builders is the area's best general contracting and paving company, serving you since 1965. We are family owned and operated and ready to meet your needs. Our experienced staff has the expertise to do the job right, no matter the size. We offer commercial and residential paving without the hassle of a big contractor. We also now offer dirt work services. Call us today for your free estimate. Stanford Builders is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Good luck to all athletes this season.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, So many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With TCB Mobile, you can complete your banking needs on your own watch, anytime, anywhere. The Citizens Bank, the Anytime Bank.
Did you know that teens can have their own debit cards at the Citizens Bank? Teach them independence while you stay in control. Ask about teen debit cards today. The Citizens Bank, committed to our community since 1928.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Welcome back here to Morgan County High School, Don McKenzie Field. Chris Trusty here on the call. Perry Allen will be joining me shortly. He just stepped out for just a second. But for about 12 minutes to go before kickoff, we're going to talk about a little bit more in this pregame, look at some of the numbers between Morgan County and Walton-Verona. First off, for Walton-Verona, if you want to break them down offensively, 22 points per game. Defense, they're giving up 26.8. Very balanced offensively, but they're pass happy. They'll throw it for 158 yards per game, and that's by their quarterback, number 16, Avery Howe, who is the all-time leading passer for the Bearcats. So a very balanced attack for Walton-Verona coming in here. Compared to Morgan County, very similar numbers, especially in scoring and defense. 20.6 points per game for Morgan County, defensively giving up 26.8. They're going to rush it for right at 234 yards per game, passing only 39.7. Altogether, 273 total yards averaging for Morgan County and 269 yards per game for Walton-Verona. So it's going to be a contrast and a tale of two different offenses, one that likes to run the football and one that likes to pass the football. Big playmakers for Walton-Verona to keep an eye out on. Number 10, Braden Donato, wide receiver, lots of speed, also back from injury. Michael Oldfield, two targets that Avery Howe loves to go to in his passing attack. Walton-Verona coming in also 18-14, I believe is their record in the postseason. A very good playoff team from Northern Kentucky, making their first trip to West Liberty to play the Cougars, and they're only our third home playoff game in school history. Some of the quick stats there for the Bearcats. Andrew Yutzi is number 11 in Class 2A in tackles with 105. Number 30, Cooper Birch, is tied with Morgan County's Alex Lee at number 12 in Class 2A with 2 forced fumbles. And also Avery Howe, speaking of the quarterback, number 12 in Class 2A passing at 158 yards per game. Walton-Verona ranks 29th in Class 2A in scoring, like we said earlier, 22 points per game. For Morgan County, they've got some playmakers as well. Morgan County's 31st in Class 2A scoring at 20.6. Also number 9 in Class 2A rushing yards, 234 yards on the ground, led by sophomore Kevin Keaton, who has 1,104 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns, 110.4 yards per game for the sophomore. Morgan County also ranks 25th in Class 2A in team sacks, and that's something to keep key on tonight. Can the Cougars get in the backfield and corral Avery Howe? They have 9 sacks on the season, average of 0.9, almost a sack a game for the Cougars. So interesting between these two teams. Perry Allen getting ready to join me here and probably on the other side of the break. But it's very rare to have a home playoff game here at Morgan County. And the previous 2 times, Morgan County lost in, I believe, 2012 and 2013. They lost to the Lawrence County Bulldogs 21-14 and 22-14. Had a great pregame, got a chance to catch up with Cody Thornsberry, one of the all-time leading rushers here at Morgan County. The kid almost 4,800 yards rushing, 66 total touchdowns in his career. It was great to see Cody get back in here to West Liberty tonight, support his Cougars. We got a chance to talk to some former Cougars, talked to Kelly Bowman. We talked to also the Band of Pride, Greg Green, and that was a whole lot of fun and what all they do for Morgan County. So about 9 minutes away from kickoff here in West Liberty. We're going to take a short break, and on the other side, we're going to break it down more, talk about our keys to victory for both teams, Walton-Verona and Morgan County. You're watching Cougar Football on Spree TV.
Come on, fans, get on your feet and welcome to the field your Morgan County Cougars. baby! His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, class. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he knows he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's told. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so sad.
County welcomes you to KHSAA first round football playoffs between the Walton-Verona Bearcats and your Morgan County Cougars. At this time, please join me in standing for the Star-Spangled Banner being played by the Morgan County Band of Pride under the direction of Greg Green. As it's being played, let us remember all those men and women who sacrificed so much so we can be here enjoying the sport that we love. And let us continue to keep all those serving today in our thoughts and our prayers. Great job, Morgan County Band of Pride.
We are back here getting ready for kickoff at Morgan County High School. 3.5 minutes to go before kickoff. Cougars and the Walton-Verona Bearcats from Northern Kentucky. Walton and Verona coming together as Walton-Verona High School. Tonight, keys to the victory for both teams. Looking at both of them coming in, I think for Walton-Verona, creating explosive play, something they've done all year long with the connection with Avery Howe connecting with Braden Donato, and also back from injury, Michael Ofield for Walton-Verona. So creating those explosives is something they want to do. They want to control the line of scrimmage. They want to get their speed in space where they can make plays, and they want to keep Howe off his back. And that is if they can withstand also if Cougars were to be able to get some pressure onto the quarterback for Walton-Verona. For Morgan County, it's going to be pretty simple. 4 keys that I have for them tonight. We'll take a in memory of Don McKenzie there, a pregame show. Longtime equipment manager and staple of Morgan County community, Don McKenzie. Honoring him tonight, as he would love to have been here for Morgan County's only 3rd playoff football game of all time here at home. The Cougars are 1-16 in playoff games in their career. Like I mentioned earlier, the win at Mercer County in 2004, 21-14 victory. For the Cougars tonight, to corral this Walton-Verona Bearcats, they're going to have to not break. And what we mean by that is the secondary is going to have to hold up, prevent the explosive plays, and be able to keep things in front of them. Cougars are going to have to protect the football. Last week had a really good drive. They coughed that up before the half there at Paris, and they can't do that tonight. They're going to have to hang on to the football. One advantage Morgan County may have tonight could be in the trenches with the offensive line. As much as it has improved over the last 4 or 5 weeks, the Cougars have been very physical up front, and they're going to look to use that to create the ground game with Kevin Keaton, Cooper Fleming as well. And we talked about this on special teams. We wanted to be a positive on special teams and not a negative. And what we mean by that, hidden yards, whether it be on punts, kickoff returns. You don't want one taken back against you, and especially punts or kickoff returns. You want to be on the plus side of that. Coin toss there at midfield. It looks like the Cougars may have won the toss.
Cougars have won the toss.
And it looks like they are going to, I don't know if they announced that they're going to defer or not. Whitehead officials, 15th region officials tonight. Looks like we are going to, I assume, receive. I didn't see that signal given. We're about 30 seconds away from football here at Morgan County, and the Cougars, I believe, will receive. I don't know. I was asking John. I don't know if he saw the signal too. Maybe I missed that. I just saw the coin toss, but I didn't see a signal on if they were actually going to defer to the second half or not. We're ready for football here in West Liberty, Walton-Verona, and Morgan County. The Cougars trying to do something that's never been done before, and that is win a home playoff game. A host of games tonight on Thursday night. Many were moved due to the weather forecast, probability of severe weather moving into central and eastern Kentucky that's caused this to be pushed back to a Thursday night. And, hey, now I'm joined by Perry Allen, who was he's out taking care of some business. This guy's a jack of all trades. He can do anything. So Perry is getting himself together, getting the headsets on here in just a second, and he'll be able to pick up where we left off earlier. No, Morgan County, I thought they won the toss. They're actually going to kick off. Junior Arnett for Morgan County. Like I said earlier, one of the keys tonight, Perry, is going to be for Morgan County to be a positive on the special teams end. You're going to get a chance to see right off the bat, and we are underway in the KHSAA state playoffs.
Good kick. Down on the knee, Chris.
You couldn't ask for anything better than that. Polo wanted to start them inside the 35, and they did. That was number 10, Braden Donato, who actually went down to his knee on the catch, and that's where Walton-Verona will take over 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
Chris, what an evening. I know you've already been the biggest part of the evening here today, and great interviews on the way, and now here we are on the banks of the Caney Creek, ready for a home playoff victory.
Avery Howe in shotgun formation for Walton-Verona. One step back. Puts a man in motion. and he's looking to keep right off the bat. He's got some room. He's out across up around the 34, maybe did not get to the 35-yard line, where he is corralled down by Noah Sweeney, was in there. Also, I think Caleb Lansall was in on the tackle for Morgan County.
Yeah, a little too much on first down, but that's the first play. Got a 2nd and 4 here. You know, again, I think, Chris, the keys that you and Mark have went over, Coach Easterling earlier, you know, we've got to create a couple of turnovers. We can't have penalties. Got to have 4 or less penalties, and we got to create a couple of turnovers and eat the clock up on offense. So Walton-Verona doesn't get the ball too many times.
There's a big hole up the middle for the Cougars. Finally brought down inside the Cougar territory to the 45-yard line, and that was number 12. That was Andrew Lynn on the carry, and maybe trying to catch the Cougars off guard from a scouting perspective, thinking this team may come in and throw it. But overall, it's a pretty balanced offensive attack.
Yeah, we're a rushing team by far, and they do throw the ball more than not, but that's regular season. We're playoff time now, and things change sometimes.
Stack I formation for Howe. He's back to pass, and he's got a man out into the flat. That's going to be number 30, Cooper Birch, a good defensive player for the Bearcats. He makes a catch into the flats and close to another, and it will be another first down. So Walton-Verona driving here deep in the Cougar territory with 11:21 left to play in the first. Cougars 3-man front. Walton-Verona back to the traditional. They got twins to the left here, one set back and a wing. Al takes the snap. He's looking to give it out to the left side there. That's going to be Donato, number 10. He's to the 25 to the 20-yard line before he's run out of bounds. And a little bit too much space for the Cougars to give one of the best playmakers there in Braden Donato.
Yeah, they've got some playmakers, Chris. They're not Breathitt County playmakers, but they do have some talent. They got some speed, but I do think that Mark understood that going into the game, and I think he, they'll make adjustments. We'll make adjustments as we go.
Cougars need to stiffen up here. They're going to put trips out to the right. Walton-Verona, Howell's looking, kind of surveying before the snap. First down, he's going to swing it out to.
They got the blockers.
They've got blockers out ahead of him, and that is another missed tackle. He's going to get down to around the 10-yard line. That's going to be Andrew Lynn. So Lynn's picked up, seen a lot of action in this first drive, running it, catching the football out of the backfield for Walton-Verona.
Yeah, Chris, I think, honestly, Morgan came out pretty good on that play with the blockers they had out there. I could have seen that being a touchdown pretty easy there. But we had good pursuit, got over the ball. Just got to get – well, we missed a flag.
I didn't see it. Let's see. Here's the call from the Whitehead official.
Cougars?
Still didn't see a call. Maybe we missed that in the discussion there, Perry. But it's going to bring up first and goal for Walton-Verona from the Cougar 5-yard line. 11 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and Walton-Verona's driving. Hal puts his man in motion. He's going to get second back through, and that's going to be a touchdown, Walton-Verona, right there. That's going to be Andrew Lynn, and he carried the load there for the Bearcats on this first possession and really made his statement. Walton-Verona did, more so with the rushing attack for the Bearcats. They get on the board first and lead it 6-0 with 10:58 left to play here in the first. Walton-Verona with the extra point, something that you'll not see Morgan County do. This is number 7, Lucas Engel, on to kick the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and that looks to be good. So Lucas Engel dots it on there for Walton-Verona, and with 10:58 left to play, Walton-Verona, quick strike. They kind of march it down the field at will on Morgan County. They take an early 7-0 lead. Perry, very important for Morgan County to strike back with a long, sustained drive here.
Yes, it is. No penalties. Don't get behind the chains. We're not a throwing team, as you all have witnessed all year. We can throw the ball. Good short passing game, but we've got to stay away from penalties. We've got to create a couple of turnovers, Chris, and we've got to have the long drives and come away with some points. We've got to come away with points tonight.
Perry, we got a full moon in the backdrop. What a beautiful night here it is in West Liberty. The full moon behind the cemetery by the football field. So we've got a picturesque view here from the press box at Don McKenzie Field, and trying to paint the images for people watching, not only here in West Liberty, but also maybe joining us in Northern Kentucky, tuning in tonight to watch their Bearcats and Cougars get together.
Yeah, Walton-Verona brought some people with them tonight, which is expected and good. Decent kick.
Chips it up pretty high. We're going to take it about the 20-yard line. He's got some room. He is whacked down at about the 30-yard line. That was Alex Lee who gets knocked down before bringing it out to the 31-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, 31, beyond the 31-yard line. For anybody can take a lick, it's Alex Lee.
Absolutely.
He'll sure give his share tonight.
He's given them all year, coming in with 128 tackles on the season.
Number 3 in AA in tackles, Chris.
Okay, the Cougars march up here to the line of scrimmage at their own 31-yard line. Cooper Fleming's going to go under center, double tight for Morgan County. Kevin Keaton in the backfield. Puts a man in motion at Sweeney. They're going to hand it off. That's Kevin Keaton, and he's got some space. He kicks it out for about a
9-yard
gain. It looked like he had a big hole, then it closed up, but he was able to keep it outside.
You know, one of the things I saw Kevin do there that he hadn't done this year, he started up the middle and then wanted to break to the right, but he took a stutter step.
Right.
You know, maybe he talked to Cody before the game, and he took a stutter step, and that froze the defender and gave him time to get around the right-hand side.
Sophomore learning to make some really good moves there. Brings up a 2nd and short for the Cougars. We're going to leave it off with Keaton. He's got enough for the first down, a little bit more. It's going to be a first down for Morgan County.
Yeah, about a 4-yard gain there. So two rushing plays for Kevin and his big offensive line up front, and averaging right now 6.5 yards a carry.
Big first down. Very important for Morgan County to sustain drives, and you kind of get a glimpse of what's going to happen in a football game with the first drives by each team. The Cougars off to a good start here. They got to protect the football tonight. We talked about that too. 9:59 left to play. The give's off to Keaton, and he's going to be wrapped up, and not maybe a 2-yard gain there before forward progress.
Yep, about 2.5 yards. So need to have a good second down play here. Get that down to a manageable third down. And important again for Morgan to sustain this drive, Chris, and stay away from the penalties, stay away from the turnovers, and when they're on defense, create a couple of turnovers, get to limit the possessions for Walton-Verona.
Cougar offensively packing it in there tight with the double tight.
Fumble.
And there's the fumble, and it looks like the Bearcats may have it. Fleming coughed that one up, and
I believe they're calling him down.
Well, they did call him down. Thought the ball may have snuck out of there a little bit early there, Perry, but the Cougars catch a break, catch a big break.
Yeah.
Really thought that football may have came out.
Glad there's no replays.
Absolutely.
Glad there's no flags to challenge. No challenge flags here.
Yeah, we'll take that. Cougars kind of survived their first break of the game, but it does bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for Morgan County. Put you in a situation of pass throw here. You know, Walton-Verona definitely wanting to look to get off the football field. Cooper Fleming double tight under center is going to go a little inside counter. Not much there, and that's going to be Connor Fleming, and he is knocked down with little gain. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Cougars. They're going to have to punt this football away.
Yeah, the fumble, even though we recovered it, was a tough play there. Lost a couple of yards on that, kept us in a 3rd and long. Run the trap there, and they were ready for it, be at Walton-Verona.
Fleming back to punt for Morgan County. Braden Donato back
snap.
deep.
Get a roll out of this punt. Good roll.
Pretty good roll, and it checks up at about the 31-yard line, and that's where Walton-Verona will take over with 8 minutes and 11 seconds left to play in the first period. Perry, it's going to be really important for the Cougars not to go down 2 scores early, especially with the type of offense that we have.
No question, Chris. It's early in the game, but still very, very important here, even this early, not to get behind 14-0 here.
It's kind of important, too. I think Walton-Verona has shown they can run the football. So they're probably going to say, hey, we can stay with that tonight, even though they are predominantly a passing team. Walton-Verona had a lot of success. They give off to Lynn again, and he's got a big hole. He kind of scampers his way up to about the 34-yard line, maybe the 35.
3-yard gain.
But a pretty good hole created there in the offensive line, Perry. I don't know if it's where we are maybe keeping things in front of us. I don't know if the Cougars are looking to maybe blitz that run.
Well, the offensive line's got big gaps, and I don't know if we've adjusted out to that, and it's just automatically creating some holes. But they were lined up in decent-sized gaps. Big play here.
Hal under center puts his back in motion. That's going to be a little inside handoff, and not before a first down. That's going to be Cooper Birch. He's going to get enough for the first down and move the sticks for Walton-Verona.
Got a 9-yard gain on that counter play there. Nice hole, nice hook and play. Good hard run by Walton-Verona straight up the middle.
Coach Gary Pence doing a nice job early trying to keep the Cougars off balance, probably from what they've seen on film, but also they've shown they can throw it, but they can run the football and show some misdirections at the Cougars as well. Hal's back in the shotgun. He's going to sling it out to number 15. That's going to be Michael Oldfield. A lot of people talked about him early, missed part of the season with a knee injury. He's back. Good-looking kid, about 6'2", 180. Another playmaker on the outside that is a deep threat for Walton-Verona as well.
Yeah, that's Avery. This Avery House, the quarterback, number 16. That's his third pass already of the game, and with about 40 yards so far on the field, when he's averaging nearly 160 yards passing the game. So they've got it rolling right now, Chris, running game and passing game.
Back in the shotgun from the Cougar side of the 47.
Good job.
And a good tackle there made by Noah Sweeney. Or Alex Lee. That's Alex Lee. The numbers got me again. I should have just guessed who that was on that one. But that was Alex Lee with tackle number 129 or greater at this point for the junior linebacker. 2nd and 7 from the Cougar 44. 6:44 clock rolling here. The first period. Hal in the shotgun. 2 setbacks. Going to look to sling it out across the middle. He's got a man. That's going to be number 27. That's going to be Wes Simpson on the reception before he's knocked down. But it's a good game for a first down for Walton-Verona. They're marching again in Cougar territory, Perry.
Yeah, it's a good catch and a good play, good-looking play. But I will tell you one thing, number 27, he will be looking out of one eye on the next pass play when he goes to catch the ball. He'll be watching the ball with one, and maybe he'll still catch it. But he won't have both eyes on the ball.
A hard hit and take it down there, but it was good enough for a first down and move the chains for Walton-Verona. Birch comes into motion. Hal want to leave it with Lynn. He's looking to get outside, makes a man miss. Missed tackle there, 25 to the 20 before he's knocked out of bounds. For another first down. Cougars are having a real hard time figuring out the rushing attack.
The wide receivers are doing a real good job blocking, not just the interior linemen, but also the wide receivers are holding their blocks well. Now, whether they're actually holding them or holding them, there is a difference there.
Yeah.
So, but so far there's been no penalties against them for holding our players, and maybe they're not.
The importance of a good stalk block downfield. Thing the old Cougar teams back in the 2012 and 13 team, they did really well was be able to have the receivers block. Lynn's got again another missed tackle. Andrew Lynn makes another man miss and barrels his way down close to the 6-yard line. That's another thing. Cougars are not wrapping up here early.
No, had him stop for probably a 3-yard gain, but just hit him, didn't wrap. Here we are again, as you said, Chris, down on the 15, 16-yard line now. Morgan County's already at the 5.5-minute mark.
One of the key points I had, Perry, was the physicality up front, and so far Walton-Verona has been the most physical team up front, knocking the Cougars off the line of scrimmage. They're going to look to do nothing. We're going to run the football here back with Lynn, and he is going to be tripped up just around the 2.5-yard line there. Lee with the play, but nothing tells me that there's going to be much of a resistance. Walton-Verona looks like they're just going to punch this into the end zone again on the Cougars.
Very, very good-looking offense. Multiple set offense there, and they throw the ball well. They run the ball well. Got a good scheme and got some good athletes that can do it. And quarterback, it's very adequate. So here's a big down.
From the 3-yard line, puts a man in motion. That looks to be Lynn again, and he is going to try to reach the ball over. The Cougars probably should have tried to grab that football out of his hands as he was trying to reach for the goal line there. That's kind of a dangerous play if you're a running back trying to reach for that goal line with defenders.
Be second and about 2, Chris, so good stop, but I would think that they've got 3 downs to get 2.5 yards right now, or 2 yards.
Very important for the Morgan County defensive front to put up some resistance here, try to create a turnover or a big play, or the Walton-Verona is looking to cash in here and go up 2 scores. Hal's got the stacked I formation. He's going to bring Lynn up. He's going to motion him out. He's going to hand it off to Cooper Birch, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Absolutely no defender there for Morgan County. And Cooper Birch is going to walk that into the end zone for the second score of the night to take a 13-0 lead for Walton-Verona as Lucas Engel comes on to kick the extra point for the Bearcats.
Yeah, backs are against the wall, and it's early. 4:10 to go in the first quarter, and 14-0. Very, very important. Each drive is, but especially the next drive.
Engel with the
kick.
kick.
You missed?
No, but it's right down the middle.
Okay.
He just didn't hit that ball very well. He didn't strike it well, but it was good enough for Walton-Verona to take a 14-0 lead. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll come back. Morgan County will be receiving. 4:10 left to go in the first period. Walton-Verona 14, Morgan County nothing. Cougar football on Spree TV.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless. One of the things that makes us the region's best network isn't just our coverage, it's that we're local. You'll find real people right here from home, ready to help you get the best deals on the latest devices. We hear the other carriers bragging about how they cover the middle of nowhere, but this isn't nowhere. All our roads lead to somewhere. So come home to Appalachian Wireless. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Well, the Cougars are behind the 8 ball here, Perry. Early, 4:10 left to play. They're down 14-0 here. Cougars are going to have to make some things happen, get a sustained drive, and go down and try to punch this one in, or this can get out of hand early.
Here we go.
High chopped up kick, taking about the 30-yard line. He is, I believe, swallowed up at about the 33-yard line there. For Morgan County, that is Connor Fleming on the short return, and that's where Morgan County will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line, I assume, or 33.
Yeah, it's
maybe
almost
34.
Almost like a punt. Very little chance to return that ball there. So Connor done as well as he could do. Time the coverage was on him pretty much. It'd been close to a fair catch there for safety purposes.
Good angled kick. I've seen a lot of teams implement that type of kick where you can chip the ball up pretty high. Sometimes they can mishandle it. You can get down there and recover it well. 1st and 10, 34-yard line, busted play. There's Cooper Fleming.
But good job by Cooper.
He made something out of nothing there, Perry.
Yeah, running backs went one way and Cooper went the other. I always take up for the quarterback, and this one I'm not sure when 2 of them went the other way.
Yeah, it was like an oh-no event right there. But positive yardage come out for Cooper Fleming, and that's what the Cougars have to do. They have to stay ahead of the sticks.
But one thing about it, Chris, it fooled probably a lot of people, because the whole right side went right, and Cooper came back to his left, straight off his center.
3 minutes, 30 seconds, another busted play. And I don't know who got confused there or went the wrong way, but that's maybe third busted play I've seen of the night for the Cougars.
At least back to back. I'm not sure on what's going on there.
Discombobulated at this point, Perry, offensively, down 14-0, and your backs are against the wall. Brings up a long 3rd down. Cougars are going to need a break here.
Yeah, I would think it'll be something somewhat short, but it's not the time for a screen because we haven't thrown the ball yet tonight, so nothing to set up there.
Hands off to Keaton. He is belted right at the line of scrimmage by number 30, Cooper Birch, and that kid has been everywhere tonight. A hard hit. It'll bring up 4th down for Morgan County.
Yep, another punt, no choice. You can't go for it here. You just take yourself out of the ball game if you go for it here on your own side of the field.
Good physicality early. Northern Kentucky, that's what you get. It doesn't matter the class of football that you have in Northern Kentucky. Punt gets off there, but Cooper Fleming, but they're going to be very physical. Very good roll for Morgan County. Gets down inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, and that's where Walton-Verona will take over 3rd possession of the game and already up 14-0 on the Cougars.
Yeah, we're going to see here if Morgan County is going to rise or not. Walton-Verona, Chris, is very, very structured. They have a good offense, and I say that I'm not necessarily just talking players. I'm just talking their structure. Players on their patterns, they run to a certain spot. They go exactly to that spot. Quarterback can count on them then on each
big
play.
Stop there for the Cougars. That's what the Cougars needed right there. No gain. It looked like Carson Napier in on the tackle for Morgan County. Also, number 54 tonight, it's a jersey change. That's going to be Ethan Jenkins, who was wearing 63 earlier in the season. He's changed over to number 54 tonight. Make note of that. He was in there on the stop. Talked about it earlier. Both of those kids need to have a big night for the Cougars.
Yeah, ended up a very good crowd here tonight.
Hal back to pass. He's got his man, big cushion given out to Braden Donato, and he's going to be close to the first down. Yeah. I know, Perry, from a defensive back standpoint, you got a playmaker like Donato. You want to keep him in front of you, but certain situations you got to be able to come up and make a tackle too, and there was a lot of cushion on second down.
Yeah, puts in a 3rd and 1.
However, he fumbles the football, but he's going to, on a busted play, he's going to pick up the first down. We were slow to react there off the line of scrimmage, Perry.
Yeah, fortunate for Walton-Verona that when he did fumble, the ball went back towards him and not towards the Morgan County defenders. First down, but showed a little promise there, Chris, on that first 3 downs there. So I think Mark is going to have to take him and Jeff Brown, defensive coordinator, take some chances, and I think that's what they did on first down, and got to stiffen up, and sometimes you got to bring another extra man into the box.
They bring one up, but he escapes that for another big gain. That's Andrew Lynn, who's carrying the workload tonight early for the Bearcats. That's going to set up a second and about along maybe 5 yards, 4.5, 5 yards.
Yeah. Walton-Verona is an interesting community up there, 2 different communities, one Walton, one Verona. Verona with more of the old-time downtown and Walton with more of the bedroom community, or vice versa, actually.
Hal back to pass. He's going to look deep, and he's got a man, and he just misses him. But, man, I tell you what, that had 6 points written all over it, Perry.
Sure did. Had him open, had our defender beat by about 2 or 3 steps. And again, Chris, that's just going to soften up the short passes there, too, to where the short passes are going to be more open than they've been because our kid is not going to get beat. He's going to start playing even further off. So we've got to get some pressure. Got to get some pressure, and we're going to have to take some gambles and have more one-on-ones than probably we've had in the secondary, but bringing more men on the line, stop the rush and to stop him having all day to throw the ball.
Yeah, and there's another instance right there, not watching the football, and that's going to give them a first down. The Cougars have been prone to that on the hard counts. We saw it more so early in the season, saw it some last season. You've got to watch the football there on third down.
Yeah, got a third and a short yard.
Yeah, just beyond about 5.5 yards, but it'll be 3rd and short. You've got to watch the football here as a defensive lineman. 3rd and 1. Hal's going to look to be in the gun. He's got 2 setbacks, wing. He's got Michael Oldfield split out wide here, and Braden Donato. He's going to give it to Birch. He's always had a big night, and he's got more inside the 30. He's going to carry some defenders down inside the 20-yard line, or right at the 20-yard line. Cooper Birch, I tell you what, Perry, this Walton-Verona team's got some really nice-looking athletes. They've got multiple athletes, not 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'd say Birch is probably what, Chris, 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, big, strong
running the
kid.
ball, moves well.
More known more for his defensive prowess. Looking at some of the statistics earlier, Hal back to pass. He's got Donato wide open out in the flat, makes a man miss, and he is going to get into the end zone after 3 missed tackles there by Morgan County. That's Braden Donato, and that's the explosive type player for the Bearcats you had to corral, and we didn't do it there.
Yeah, good offensive play, but still one where we need to be on the ball quicker. As I mentioned earlier, the receivers are running to a spot, and they know exactly where they're going, but the quarterback did not hit him. House did not hit him very quick, so we had time to come up on that one, but just didn't. And then once we did get there, still had time to make the tackle and missed it.
Lucas Engel on for the extra point, and that's going to be good. He's 3 for 3 on the night. That puts up Walton-Verona has shot out to a 21-0 lead on Morgan County, and shocking the Cougars a little bit because they're using multiple players, and a running attack by Walton-Verona has really caused some fits for Morgan County early.
Yeah, Cougars are going to have to. They're really going to have to. They're being challenged big time right now. 21-0, Chris. Still in the first quarter, even though for only 14 seconds, but still, it's 21-0. Whether it's halftime score or what, that's a big deficit and a big deficit for our type of offense. But this has got to start. It's got to start with a sustained drive here. But the defense has got to step up, or the drive doesn't matter. Defense are going to have to start putting more men on the box, and if we get beat deep, we just get beat deep. Is what will happen, but we can't be dominate the line of scrimmage, the entire game.
Yeah, it's kind of a pick your poison too defensively. Do you really want to get up and pressure and be on the catch on a Braden Donato, or do you want to give him the space if you're worried about getting beat over the top? But he's a playmaker for sure. Another chipped up kick around the 30-yard line. We've got a little bit of room there. That's going to be
great return.
A great return there for Morgan County. Connor Fleming, the 6'4", 200-pound senior, big kid for the Cougars, was able to give the Cougars our best field position of the night.
Yeah, the difference he did there, he had a couple extra yards to work with, but then he made a little move coming up the sidelines where I think Walton-Verona thought he was out of bounds. And I'm not sure the refs, well, odds are they saw it a little better than I did, but I thought he maybe got a few more yards even than that, but it's a nice return.
Cougars
big time right here. Keevan's got to step up, the line's got to step up, and got to make it happen.
Near midfield at the 49-yard line. The handoff is given to Keaton, and he's got a hole right up the gut. That's going to get into Walton-Verona territory down to the 44-yard line. Good pickup on first down for Keevan.
Yeah, good 8-yard gain there. Nice hole, and he hit it hard. If he'd have got met there at that hole, it would have been some headaches for one, not Keevan.
We're going to take a break. That's the end of the first period. Walton-Verona leads it over the Cougars 21-0. You're watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
With TCB Mobile, you can complete your banking needs on your own watch, anytime, anywhere. The Citizens Bank, the Anytime Bank.
We head to the second period here at Don McKenzie Field, a campus of Morgan County High School. Walton-Verona, the Bearcats, lead it over Morgan County 21-0, Perry. The Cougars, though, nice run on first down into Bearcat territory. Really important. You got to score. You got to keep pace if you want to stay in this one for long. Be 2nd and 3 for Morgan County at the Walton-Verona 44-yard line. Handoff is given to Keaton, and he's got a hole there. Good run. Stayed low to the ground. Good enough for the first down for the Cougars into the 40-yard line inside the 40 of Walton-Verona.
Yeah, nice opening, and Keevan doesn't need a whole lot of opening, Chris. He just needs a little crease. I've just got a feeling that he might break one here tonight. He's running real hard.
Cougars have it 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Walton-Verona. 11:41 left to play in the half. Cougars trying to get back into this one, down 21-0. Double tight set. Cooper Fleming under center, puts a man in motion. He's got a little jet sweep. That looks to be give to Connor Fleming. He's got some room. It's to Noah Sweeney. He's going to...
about 8-yard gain.
8-yard. Looked like he ran for 40 yards, got 8. But from side to side, the legs were turning.
He's a big guy. Big guys don't look as quick, even though nice run and good hold there.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 31-yard line, and that's something the Cougars have got to sustain, ahead of the sticks and moving those sticks down and try to punch this thing in to close the gap. Cougars down 3 scores here early. Plenty of time, though, left. Fleming under center. Handoff is going to be given to Keaton, and he is hit. He's drilled. Birch is in on the tackle for Walton-Verona and a host of others. But everywhere you look defensively, Cooper Birch is there for Walton-Verona.
Yeah, going to be looking. Got 2 downs here to get 2 yards. The good hard run by Keevan, but there wasn't much there. We got the first down, so we're good.
You can see how Cooper Birch has also forced 2 fumbles on the season. He's a hard-hitting linebacker. He comes up and fills the gaps really well.
No question. He came up hard, but Keevan isn't going to slow down any. Good drive we got going here. Just have to finish it.
Keevan Keaton, lone set back. He puts Connor Fleming in motion. He's going to pitch it out wide. Needs a block. Needs one block. He does. Doesn't get the block, but he gets it out on his own, and he is. That's a good first down run. He didn't have much out there.
He split that crease. He got out there, had two defenders, and it's like they kind of looked at each other. Who's going to tackle him? And he didn't wait. He just split them both.
It's like in basketball where you get skinny on a screen. He got himself skinny through an on-the-ball screen. Something Ralph Hamilton, I don't think he ever did back in the day when he was playing defense, was get through a screen like that.
You got the superintendent here with us tonight, don't we?
That's why I had to say that. That's right.
I kind of thought you were. You got to watch with the pay we get for these jobs, Chris. You get that job eliminated.
He was a shooter. We weren't going to say he was going to get through on the defensive side of getting through screens.
Got him wide open.
He sure does. And he is brought down everywhere. That was a sure touchdown for Morgan County had he let that thing fly. But
had one defender for Walton-Verona trying to cover two.
Yeah,
and I can see why it caught him off guard. But it's still a good gain.
We'll take the busted play gains all night, won't we, Perry?
Got 2 downs here to get about 2.5 yards.
Third, about 2. Let's hear you, fans. Get behind your team.
So my guess is that Keevan will get the ball right here.
3rd and 2 from the 21-yard line of Walton-Verona. Keevan Keaton gets it.
Whistle,
that's going to be.
That's against them.
Yep, it's going to be automatic. It'll be a first down. We'll take that.
Lined up all sides, I believe, Chris.
Yep, into the neutral zone. Difference in high school, you line up there, it's going to be a penalty. In college pro, you can get yourself back before the offensive moves, but not in the high school ranks. That's called encroachment at the high school level.
Good to hear. If you hear a voice, it's Frankie Spencer's calling out first down Cougars. Good to hear. We were in Paris last week up on a rooftop, Chris. Glad to be back back home.
A little more stable ground, right, Perry? Give off to Keevan Keaton, and he's got a hole, and he is Andrew Lynn on the tackle, but his forward progress is probably going to be good enough for about a 4-yard gain there, Perry.
Never went down. Chris, good interviews before the game. Good to get up in the stands, and I know you've done at least 2 interviews with head of the band leader, and then a couple of fans also, and then on-the-field interviews also. So great job.
A lot of fun. Thank you, Perry. Got a former Cougar there, Kelly Bowman, the Band of Pride, Cody Thornsberry. There's the inside handoff give. Not much there, maybe a yard or 2, but there's going to be, it looks like a flag on the play.
I'm not sure.
Face mask. It's going to be a face mask on Walton-Verona. It's going to be a break for the Cougars. That should give us 1st and goal.
Tell you what, even though it wasn't much of a gain, Chris, it was a good run. There wasn't nothing to the outside, and he turned it up, lowered his head, got 3 yards before the penalty. So great. Chris, 6-yard line, is that right? Is that where we're at?
Yep, well, looks like the ball will be spotted on the 6-yard line, 1st and goal to go for Morgan County. Crucial not only, Perry, for us to score, but to get that 2-point conversion is going to be crucial as well.
I think I would run it right here, but I wouldn't be afraid to go back to that pass play on 2nd down if we don't get much yardage here.
Double tie.
I wouldn't wait
Fleming.
till 3rd.
Under center, he's going to hand it off there to Keevan. Not much. I thought if he could have skipped that out a little bit to his left, he had a little bit of a crease there off the left guard in the center.
We could see it well from here, couldn't we?
With these things, I can see it really well. And I've got the great monitor here. What a great setup here by our executive producer, Jonathan Keaton, Mountain Telephone, Spree TV. Just the technology that they have is phenomenal, helping me out.
Interesting how he brought that in when Stephen came to work.
It must have been his old eyes they had to adjust to. They had to do it for Stephen, wouldn't do it for me.
We'd been asking for that all year, and Jonathan.
There's Cooper Fleming. He's going to look to keep it. He gets up. He's going to plow his way into the end zone. That's the 6'4 senior, number 13, Cooper Fleming, to get the Cougars on the board and close this gap down to 21-6. A good, hard barreling run for Cooper Fleming to take it across the goal line to get the Cougars on the board with 8 minutes left to play in the half. Cooper Fleming takes it in. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown. He had 2 last week. He's played really well, Perry. Outside of the missed little handle on the fumble, he's played good football, especially the last few weeks.
Big points here.
And another busted play, and that's about the fourth busted play tonight. And I'm not sure who's going the wrong way there or what. That's something they need to iron out because that was a big 2 points.
Yeah, Coach Eastwing's out on the field right now, and he needs to grab a hold of all two or three of those kids, 2 running backs and the quarterback, and say, guys, nothing different tonight than there's been all season long here. Same play, go the same way you've always been going. Get your head right.
Well, the Cougars have trimmed this lead. It's 21-6. The big key is going to be able to stop Walton-Verona. And I tell you what, right now, I just don't see the resistance. I think Walton-Verona is kind of having their way to do anything they want to do offensively, and they've got multiple guys they can do it with.
Yep. Like we were saying, they're going to have to gamble. Morgan is, and you got to give and take a little bit. But I think they've got to stop. They've got to stop the rush, okay? And if we get beat by the pass, we'll get beat by it. And Walton-Verona can throw the ball, obviously. I mean, they're averaging nearly 160 yards a game. So they will hit some plays on us, and we're already down 21-6, but we can't let them just run over us with the running game. We've got to take one away. And if you got to take one away, you got to take the run away. Mm-hmm. You got to take the run away.
Speaking of the takeaway, we've got to have a takeaway in the sense of a turnover. I think is going to be really key also, Perry, for Morgan County to inch closer in this football game and create and steal some possessions. Junior Arnett kicks it off. He's going to kick it straight out of bounds on the Cougar sideline, and that's where Walton-Verona will take
that's a little shorter. That's worked well for Morgan County the last 3 or 4 games, and it's really kept some playmakers away from being able to return the kicks, but that one there was way too short. Going to get the ball, Chris, on the 45-yard line?
Right at the 45-yard line. And that's the tough thing about when you kick straight toe compared to a soccer-style approach. You're going to be able to strike the football a little bit more consistent on a soccer-style approach as opposed to maybe back in your day, Perry, that's back when the Steve Spurrier, you want to kick it straight ahead.
Yeah.
You don't see that much anymore.
I don't know if there's a straight-ahead kicker left.
Not anymore.
Other than a few in high school, anyway.
We've got one here in Junior Arnett, but here we go. Walton-Verona, Howell in the shotgun, look in the pistol formation. He's going to give it off. That's going to be number 27, Wes Simpson, on the end around. Makes a man miss, scoots his way down inside the 45. He's just very shifty right there, Perry. The Cougars have to come up and be able to make a play. That's Wes Simpson on the end around there for the Bearcats. He ran a long way to only get about 5 yards, or maybe it looks like a little closer than that. Maybe he got 6.
Yeah.
Cougars going to need to pressure things up, I think, even more so from the run side. Maybe a run blitz to try to get up in some of these gaps and create some disruption at the line of scrimmage. Pistol formation, Howell's going to give it off. That's going to be...
Yeah, still want to have a third and one?
That's number 0, Levi Tilley on the carry. His first carry of the night for the Bearcats. They don't seem to have explosive speed outside of Donato, which we've seen. We know he's got that speed. But from the running back standpoint, not a lot of explosive there, but they're just making people miss.
But they've got good feet.
They sure do,
Chris.
They're
probably not 4.8, 4.7, 4.6 40s. They got good first, second, third steps, and that's easy to miss a tackle.
Hal's got some time. He's got the first down and more, and he's going to be brought down inside around the 36-yard line of Morgan County.
Yeah, it was good coverage. They had 3 receivers out, 2 on the right, 1 on the left, and we had good coverage. And he's able to scramble and get around the end for a 5-yard gain, first down. Chris, I want to get back to straight-ahead kickers, though.
Yeah,
let's talk about the name of Tom Dempsey, that held the record for about 40 years.
63-yard
straight
field
ahead.
goal.
New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
Okay, boots hanging in a little pub down in New Orleans. Down there right now.
Nate, what's the name of that pub?
Oh, you name it. There's probably 30 of those boots hanging. Truth be known.
Hal's got his man. That's maybe a little trickery there. That's to Michael Oldfield.
I'm not sure what an Oldfield's doing playing for Walton-Verona. I thought Oldfield's played for Morgan County.
John Oldfield.
Who's a heck of a linebacker. Oldfield's played for Morgan County, so maybe this kid, maybe he'll transfer NIL for next year.
The NIL from the Pumpkin Patch, the White Oak Pumpkin Patch could give him the NIL to transfer to Morgan
Oldfield's
County.
Bath County and Morgan and a little bit Wolf, Menifee.
2nd and 4, Walton-Verona. Howell's in the pistol,
tackle.
and a great tackle there is made in the backfield. Who do you think made that tackle?
Lee, what's his first
I
name?
believe that would be Alex Lee, one of the state leaders. Number 3 come in Class 2A with 128 tackles on the season. He's adding to that tonight.
It's a good play. We've got them in a 3rd and 5 instead of so many 3rd and 1s so far, and that's hard for anybody to stop at any level.
Well, it's going to be they're going to have 2 downs to do it because they're going to go for it this deep in Morgan County territory. 5:10 left to play in the half. Howell's under center. He's looking to roll out. He's got his man, and he's wide open there. It's Cooper Birch. He's going to plow over a Morgan County. It's Kevin Keaton that he plows over the top of, and
I'm not sure what the flag is at the end.
Yeah, I don't like that flag, Perry. He made a second effort to attack him. The momentum took him out of bounds. He's going to call a late hitter roughing, and I'm not sure. I think that's just more or less his momentum as they go out of bounds after he got plowed. Don't like that call there, but it's going to bring up a 1st and goal for the Bearcats. So on 3rd and 5 there, the Cougars had a chance, but good play call there by Coach Pence to get his quarterback out and to make a great play to get the 1st down for the Bearcats. Howell under center, there's the give off, and he's going to be Andrew Lynn. No problem whatsoever, really, to get in the end zone for his multiple touchdown night for number 12, Andrew Lynn, and the Bearcats extend that lead out to 27-6 with 4:54 left to play in the half. Lucas Engel will come on and try to tack on the extra point, try to make it a perfect 4 for 4. Let's see if I can do the old jinx on that. Currently 3 for 3. Snap, holds down, kick is up. Looks to be good. So number 7, Lucas Engel tacks on his 4th extra point of the night, and Walton-Verona leads it over Morgan County 28-6 with 4:54 left to play. We'll take a 30-second break. Come back. You're watching Cougar Playoff Football on Spree TV.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Did you know that teens can have their
28-6. Walton-Verona leads it. They're kicking off to the Cougars with 4:54 left to play. Boots one down pretty deep. That's going to go into the end zone and
take a knee.
It goes to the end zone automatically. In high school, that's brought out once that ball crosses the goal line, and probably a good thing that happened, Perry.
Yep. No question there, Chris. Very important. Got to score here and got to get a 2-point conversion here. Then we get the ball to start the second half. So we can make it 28-14 here, and then get the ball to start the second half and be right back in the game. So we'll see what the Cougars are up to right now. I want to give a shout out to Keith Sherman and Keith Allen watching the game tonight and making us aware of that. So appreciate the Keith Sherman, Keith Allen, 2 former Cougar receivers.
Cooper's going to
watching
keep
our game.
Not much there. Designed quarterback run there for Cooper Fleming. It's going to bring up second and about 10. Perry, it's awesome. The former players that tune in and watch and keep up with Cougar football, a couple of great people there that you mentioned as well.
Yep. Chris, you know what the top pie is for the state of Kentucky around the holiday season?
Cherry?
No.
Butterscotch.
No. Chocolate pie.
Of course.
Chocolate pie is the favorite for Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi around the holidays. Okay?
That's deep stuff right there, Perry.
My dad loved chocolate pies. He loved chocolate pies. I'm more of a pecan, type man.
I think Frankie's hungry when you mentioned chocolate pie. But
it's Kevin for a gain of a yard. We'll bring up a 3rd and 9, Chris, I think, while I was talking about the chocolate
I thought you was going to talk
got
about
you
the official
distracted.
pie of Walton-Verona, like something was created in Walton or Verona as
I'm
something.
I'm a little tired of talking about Walton and Verona right now, either one or
Well,
both, you know.
We have maybe some people call in and say what they're really known for, what they've created up there in northern Kentucky. You know, did they create the Post-its in northern Kentucky? Wasn't that up there? The Post-it notes?
No, that's over in Cynthiana or...
That was in Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion movie, if you recall that, for anybody that's really throwing it back there. 3rd and 9 for the Cougars. Not much there for Morgan County. We're going to have to look to get the ball outside.
I don't know if there was a fumbled snap or I think there's going to be a pass play. I don't know what. Did he just tuck it and go? I couldn't tell.
Maybe that was a quarterback design run, but in the first half, what we've seen from Morgan County is about 4 different times where we've had what looks to be like some confusion on the snap or direction as to what we're doing. It's something we're going to have to correct at halftime. That possession didn't take long, and he gets rid of it. Hopefully he gets a Cougar roll, and it does. It's going to get across the 45-yard line. It's going to be picked up by Donato. He's got some speed, makes a man miss. He gets it inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, and they're going to look to probably maybe score again. Great field position here for Walton-Verona as they close in the half.
Good feet for that young man. As I mentioned earlier, you know, I don't know what kind of 40 he runs, but it doesn't really matter. You know, what he runs about the 5 and 10, 15-yard line to break, you know, is what's really important at this level. If you got the feet where you can get open to Keith Allen type feet, you can go the distance then.
Footwork has been great for the Bearcats. Handoff is going to be to Andrew Lynn, and the footwork once again on display. Nothing explosive, but he's making people miss at the line of scrimmage where you think, hey, you got him wrapped up. No, he scoots out. A great pickup of about 7 yards on first down. It's been a heavy load of Andrew Lynn tonight.
Yeah, I want to give a shout-out to the Brooks family that lost a family member. Bear Brooks passed away, and it's James Brooks, Sheriff James Brooks' brother. Dwayne Brooks' uncle. Dwayne's a former Cougar back in the day, a good defensive lineman from Morgan County that also passed away too early in life. But a shout out to the Bear Brooks family.
Cooper Birch, once again, he's got plenty of room up inside the 15 carrying Cougar defenders. He's carrying more, and I tell you what, he's impressive, Perry. Cooper Birch has had a big first half for Walton-Verona, just doing nothing more than power, upper body strength to get down inside the 10.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid. I mean, it's just he's a tall running back, but not just tall. He's strong, as you said, Chris. Good legs, a good physical body.
Walton-Verona Coach Pence really has to like what he sees here in the first half. They've pretty much controlled the line of scrimmage, done what they wanted to offensively, kept the Cougars off balance and guessing. Howell goes back under center in a stacked I. We've seen this formation before from the Bearcats. He puts a man out in motion. Look, handoff is given to Andrew Lynn, and he's going to go in untouched from about 10 yards out for another Walton-Verona touchdown. And Perry, the Cougar defense has let him down a little bit tonight. Nowhere to be found going through there, not at the point of contact. 34-6 now. Walton-Verona leads it. They are very much in charge and looking to punch their ticket about 10 minutes up the road to Beechwood to play the Beechwood Tigers next week.
Yep, they'll have an opportunity maybe if they hold on here tonight. Same as we were hoping Morgan County would get that opportunity to go play the number 1 team in AA and a top 10 team in all 6 classes in the state of Kentucky. That's an opportunity that not everybody gets on from a high school football field. So Morgan's really going to have to pick it up here. Hopefully can get into halftime here, Chris, and get reorganized. Coach Eastling and his staff come out with what they're going to do the second half, whether that's a little bit of a different game plan, or if the game plan is okay, it's just the execution, or maybe, just maybe Walton-Verona is just better, just better. And sometimes that is the way it rose.
Well, you notice they're a very well-coached team. Gary Pence brings in they're a well-coached team. You don't see a lot of pre-snap penalties with Walton-Verona. They're very fundamentally sound, and they are looking to do what they want to offensively. And, at this point, at 35-6, you can never, say it's a game is over, whatever, but are you looking for also, when do you start looking for next week in that second round at Beechwood?
Well, they're very disciplined, very disciplined. You know, when I say that, I'm not talking necessarily just the penalty part, but I'm talking about how they play the game of football. That's the best kickoff so far for either team.
A little confusion there on the pickup. Cougars have it, and it's going to be Noah Sweeney's going to bring it out. Pretty good run back out to about the 25-yard line. The Lucas Engel kid, I like him. He's got a nice leg on him, number 7, 5 for 5 on the night. Can put it back there around the 10-yard line. That's always a weapon in the special teams.
It's going to be interesting to see what Coach Easterling does here. If he just tries to get in at halftime to regroup and start over, or if he does try some pass plays here to hit the home run. So we will see what's going to happen here.
1 minute 10 seconds left in the first half. The Cougars have it on their own 24-yard line. They've been double tight all night. Cooper Fleming under center puts a man in motion. He's going to keep it. He's going to pitch it out. And Andrew Lynn does a beautiful job there of not getting out-leveraged. He has outside containment. That's exactly what he did. You talked about it earlier. This team's fundamentally sound. They're very well coached. You see it on a play like that. Sometimes in high school football, you get sucked in, you give up the outside for a big gain. Andrew Lynn kept his outside shoulder free and turned that in for no gain. Brings up second down. We're under a minute to play, Perry.
Yeah, timeout here, and Walton-Verona, I think will be very happy to get the ball back, Chris, one more time if we can't run this clock out here.
Let's talk a little bit, too. Our game sponsors, Commercial Bank, Bank of the Mountains, Ison Insurance Agency, Appalachian Wireless, Standard for Builders, and Citizens Bank this week joining as our sponsors, Perry. It's always wonderful to have them. Also, Jonathan Keaton, also our camera shouts out Adam Mann, Junior Lane. We've had great people around us. Tim Mays earlier this year, him and Tyler Atkins were here with us last week. I want to give a shout out to Braden Mays, that's Tim's son, who signed his verbal commitment to extend his golf career at the University of Pikeville. What a big accomplishment for Braden Mays, son of Tim and Sarah there. See him down at UPike, and I don't think you want to play him one-on-one match, Perry, in golf.
I don't know that I want to play anybody.
Cougars have it 2nd and 12. There's,
him or Ralph.
Him or Ralph. A short gain there, 56 seconds. Going to be another timeout. Perry, interesting here what the Cougars try to do. We know what Walton-Verona wants to do. They want to get this football back and try to tack one on before the half.
Yep. Thursday night game here on the banks of the Caney Creek. Beautiful facility, beautiful night, very good crowd here. Walton-Verona brought a decent crowd for a good drive down here, especially on a work night, Chris. But Morgan County has a good crowd here tonight. Cheerleaders in full action along with the band. Also I want to give a shout out as we did with the band and also to the cheerleaders and the work they do all season long and football, basketball season, along with boys and girls during basketball and in the band, with all the sports too. So
right.
A lot of kids involved in extracurricular activities. I was overeating supper this evening before the game. Got into town a little early at Giovanni's and looking at the different banners from archery to the Little League teams and everything around. So very good to see all the community support. Jamie Brunk always in here working, and he handles all the track and cross country.
Fleming back to pass. He's got a man. He is going to be sacked. That's going to be that's 51. I don't have a 51 on my roster or the KHSAA. If somebody wants to chime in and let us know. Thought it might have been Andrew Yutzy, who was number 11 in Class AA in tackles with 105 on the season. Another good defender. So I don't know if there was a jersey change or not.
Yeah, I think Yutzy's number 50, Chris, and not 51. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't have a 51 on the KHSAA roster unless that was just overlooked or added. But it's going to bring up 4th down, and looks like the Bearcats are going to get it back. This is also a situation, too, Perry. Do you want to come after this? You want to test your special teams, maybe come after the punt?
So.
Or are you going to get in good field position?
I think if I'm Walton-Verona, I stay away from potential penalties. I take my chances getting the ball the way I've moved it tonight and getting the ball at midfield, maybe getting a return, maybe not, but at least having the ball at midfield in worst-case scenario and turning my athletes loose. And Morgan County again, they're just going to have to rise up. The game isn't over. They're not going to stop the clock and say, well, it's too many points, game's over, it's everybody go home. So you either rise up or you game gets longer.
Let me back to punt. Actually, he punts this one straight out of bounds. Great catch on the sidelines there by maybe a player or manager.
Yeah, I think one of the players that's hurt maybe.
Players. That was one of the best catches of the night right there. But Walton-Verona is going to get it back. 45.9 seconds to go. They're going to have it at the 43-yard line of Morgan County, and they're going to kind of maybe pick what they want to do here. They've shown they can be very versatile. And then their attack, whether it's the flats, something over the middle, something deep, run the football here. All no timeouts remaining, though, for Walton-Verona. Hal's going to sprint it out to the right side. He's going to throw back, and he's got a man open, but just off the hands.
Thought that was maybe going to be another interception for us, Chris. We've had several interceptions this year. And Cooper Fleming, I think.
Cooper has 4 interceptions. That actually ties several for third in the state for interceptions. Brett Potter has 2. That actually ties as 5th best, but ties several others the state in the KHSAA statistics. Brett Potter with 2 and Cooper Fleming with 4. The Cougars have 9 as a team. Walton-Verona has 11 as a team, so they can take it away too. 40 seconds to go, 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 43. Walton-Verona, Howe is back in the shotgun. He's got trips out to the right side. He's back to pass. Yep, saw that coming. Screen pass.
Good tackle. Good job by the Cougars.
And way to stay home there. That's going to be Connor Fleming, Alex Lee.
Good job. They set up the play real well, Chris. Walton-Verona did kind of the old-fashioned middle screen that the Cougars used to run back in the 70s so well.
No timeouts. Howe's back to sprint out. He's got his man in the flat at the 25. That's going to be number 15, Michael Oldfield. He's going to get it down to the 20. He gets out of bounds at 12.7 seconds left to go. They got a few more plays in him. Of course, no timeouts for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I think there's a whole lot goes into a high school game and trying to get that running clock, Chris, as early as you can get it, too. But it wouldn't surprise me a bit right here if I was Walton-Verona coach. It wouldn't bother him probably too much at 35-6 to have a field goal opportunity for further down the road in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Including next week if they continue and move on with the win here.
Well, there's going to be timeout on the field. It has to be Morgan County taking the timeout as the Bearcats were out. We'll keep it right here and talk about, obviously we'll not be Captain Obvious here. The Cougars need to stop. But is this a situation on 1st and 10, no timeouts, that you bring a lot of pressure and take a gamble, or you try to keep things in front of you and have them try to take another step within 12 seconds? What do you do?
I think on 13 seconds that you play off. You play off, bring maybe a 4-man rush at the most, but you make them use some time. If they do complete a pass, you make them have to look the field over and use a lot of time. And then if you get lucky, they catch the ball inbounds. You tackle them inbounds, and it's over. I think Walton-Verona, though, is a very well-coached team. They've executed well, so I would look for them to run a set pattern here. Maybe a into the end zone flag pattern, something out. Yeah, exactly what I thought.
And that is to be thrown up. It's a jump ball, and Michael Oldfield is going to haul it down for a Walton-Verona touchdown. Right there. I was noticing the left tackle for Walton-Verona. That's Sam Kester. That's a nice-looking player, left tackle for Walton-Verona. Kind of pay attention to that offensive line a little bit. That gives the quarterback being the blindside guy, and it's going to be
it's a good-looking play there. Had the receiver going down the right side, running towards the flag in the end zone, and he threw it up for him and threw it up really where it was hard for our defender to catch it, but it was a ball that both of them came down with, but offense gets possession. So rule of possession. So the touchdown was given to Walton-Verona, and deservedly so.
Lucas Engel, perfect 6 for 6 on the night. He kicks the extra point through, and with 6 seconds left in the half, it's all Walton-Verona. The Bearcats tonight, 42-6 over Morgan County. The Cougars trying to make something happen here on the kickoff return, but also at halftime, there are really a lot of adjustments you got to make, and all of those are going to be especially on the defensive end for the Cougars.
Yeah, a couple of games this weekend potentially for you. Morehead State University has senior day. They play Butler Bulldogs at 1 o'clock at the field, which is the Phil Sims Stadium, Morehead State University, and that's a 1 o'clock game. Coach Jason Woodman, in his second season, the Eagles are 5-5. And doing well in the Pioneer League, won 3 in a row right now, and hopefully can get 4. Finish the season 7-5, which is where they finished last year. But a beautiful place to watch a football game. If you're looking for something to do, 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, MSU versus the Butler Bulldogs.
Alex Lee, Connor Fleming back deep for Morgan County. Still, even with binoculars, Perry, they're hard to see the numbers at this time. But the clock runs out because it's a running clock situation, greater than 35 points. We are at the half where the Walton-Verona Bearcats lead it over the Morgan County Cougars 42-6. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more at the half. You are watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
Hey, are you stuck with a carrier that doesn't get you? Yeah, we get it. So at Appalachian Wireless, switching is easy and way more rewarding. With our promotions, you can port your number, grab incredible savings, and enjoy a service that feels a little bit more like home. Plus, we've got the latest devices and a team that's here just for you. So why settle? Visit us online or stop by one of our many retail locations today to see why we're the region's best network. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
With TCB Mobile, you can complete your banking needs on your own watch, anytime, anywhere. The Citizens Bank, the Anytime Bank.
Did you know that teens can have their own debit cards at the Citizens Bank? Teach them independence while you stay in control. Ask about teen debit cards today. The Citizens Bank, committed to our community since 1928.
Standifer Builders is the area's best general contracting and paving company, serving you since 1965. We are family owned and operated and ready to meet your needs. Our experienced staff has the expertise to do the job right, no matter the size. We offer commercial and residential paving without the hassle of a big contractor. We also now offer dirt work services. Call us today for your free estimate. Standifer Builders is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Good luck to all athletes this season.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try, and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless. One of the things that makes us the region's best network isn't just our coverage, it's that we're local. You'll find real people right here from home, ready to help you get the best deals on the latest devices. We hear the other carriers bragging about how they cover the middle of nowhere, but this isn't nowhere. All our roads lead to somewhere. So come home to Appalachian Wireless. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Hi, this is John Ison. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want three things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Ison Insurance Agency, you'll find all three. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Ison Insurance to be their insurance agency.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Stanford Builders is the area's best general contracting and paving company, serving you since 1965. We are family owned and operated and ready to meet your needs. Our experienced staff has the expertise to do the job right, no matter the size. We offer commercial and residential paving without the hassle of a big contractor. We also now offer dirt work services. Call us today for your free estimate. Stanford Builders is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Good luck to all athletes this season.
We are back here at the half at Morgan County High School, Don McKenzie Field. Walton-Verona leads it 42-6 over Morgan County. About 4.5 minutes left to play before the kick. Had some good visitors up here in the press box. And Jonathan, you don't have your headset on, but got a good look at a good friend of mine, Cam Plank, the former Rowan County Viking baseball player, signed out of high school with the New York Mets. It was great to see Cam. He's here at the game tonight, and I think he just wanted to get warm in the press box, and it's always great to see him. I know he meant a lot, to my son growing up as a Little League baseball player and people following him, not only in Rowan County but in some other surrounding schools as well. And it's great to see him and the role model, that he is, and as a pitcher for a lot of baseball players in the area. So it's great to see him catch up with Cam and some other people. Perry, I was telling people that were watching, we've got a visit from Cam Plank there from Rowan County. What a great pitcher he was to follow, and I talked about him. He signed with his pro contract with New York Mets, and a lot of good baseball out of Rowan County, but a lot of great players. Mason Moore, I was going to have in my sports talk show coming up next month. It's called the Full Court Press. It's going to be live again down at the Miacapoko restaurant one night a week, and trying to get them scheduled. Now Mason Moore, Chase Alderman, and
mentioned Joe McGrain.
Julie
World Series
McGrain,
pitcher.
Yeah. Talk about some of those great baseball players that they did.
Billy Fouch was the first. He was an all-SEC center fielder for UK in baseball. Billy was also part of the Rowan County's only undefeated high school football team back in like 1968, 69, somewhere maybe 70 under Paul Ousley. Paul Ousley, owner of Larry's Marine boat sales there forever.
Yeah.
Paul was a high school football coach, and his daughter, if you go down rabbit holes, Beth Ousley, that was one of the early scholarship basketball players at UK. Played 2 years at UK, and then finished out her last 2 years under Mickey Wells at Morehead State University.
Speaking of Mickey Wells, Kelly Wells, the athletic director at Morehead State, doing a lot of great things there at the university, a lot of upgrades in a lot of different departments, and he's just built for that athletic director position there at Morehead State. The Phil Sims was just a tremendous thing and big for the community there in Morehead State University. A lot of good things going on for the MSU Eagles.
Yeah, Rick Hesterberg. Rick's played an important role at Morehead State University over the years. Started his career in sports information and radio and TV there, and then Rick went on to be spokesperson for Toyota out of Georgetown for years. Retired from that job, came to Morehead State University, and served as CEO of the MSU Foundation. And Rick retired from that just a year or so ago, and Allison Cotto has that role now. But Rick's one started the Phil Sims movement to get the stadium named for Phil, and then Kelly was all in and was able to drive it on home after Rick had got the conversations going early, and Phil was obviously just tickled to death with that. It was done at homecoming, him and his wife there, and so many of the former players that played for him. So, Chris, we're about a minute away from kickoff, and it's 42-6, Walton-Verona, and I think we both have to say we're surprised. Wouldn't have been surprised if Walton-Verona would have won by a touchdown or maybe two. Wouldn't have been shocked if Morgan County would have won.
Correct.
Okay, but neither one of us had seen Walton-Verona. Okay, we're just going by what we had heard and also what we'd researched and read, and I think two things tonight. Walton-Verona is better than we, I think I'll say, expected.
Absolutely.
Not that they're a powerhouse, but what they do it well, and they're well coached, meaning they do it well, very disciplined. And Morgan County, even though Walton-Verona is better, and I know some people say, well, Morgan's maybe playing as well as they can play. I don't think so tonight. I think Morgan's not playing as well as they'd played the last 3 or 4 games this season, even last week against a good Paris team that, again, now is ranked number 10 in Class Single A, in the state of Kentucky. So I think you got both things. Walton-Verona better than we expected, and Morgan not playing maybe the first half up to where we hoped and thought they could and should.
Yeah, I think when you get into postseason, and it doesn't matter the sport in high school sports, there's certain times, though, you can't make the game bigger than what it is. It's the next game, so you can't get caught up maybe in the hype, it's a home playoff game. But you do have to play like your hair's on fire a little bit. And that's the one thing that we saw this Morgan County team do over the course of the last several weeks. They were playing like their hair was on fire. Yep. Even the West Carter game that I didn't call, but I'm watching, you could tell the urgency was there. They were coming up, making plays. They looked faster. Tonight, we look like they're on their heels, and then there's been a lot of confusion a little bit, especially at the snap, and hopefully that's something they can get correct. But, you're playing for a whole lot because football teaches you a whole lot. Cody Thornsberry talked about that. Different football players, you talk about it a lot, about what it teaches you, about getting back up when you've been knocked down. And that's something I think this Cougar team is built for, the culture to get back up and to compete at a high level going into the second half, because it's going to start off in a running clock, Perry. So they have a lot to prove there.
Yeah, I hope so, Chris. I hope they can score some points and stop Walton-Verona a couple of times here in the second half and feel better leaving the field tonight after this game, even though they should feel good next week by making the playoffs, and not just making it, but making it as a 2 seed. Right. There's a whole lot to be said for that, here, and appreciate that. But hopefully they can make some stops tonight, and again score 2 or 3 more touchdowns here, and leave the field tonight feeling better than the first half was for them.
Well, as we wind down this football season, we gear up for basketball season, and it's right around the corner, Perry. The Cougars, the basketball team, have their first scrimmage of the year next Saturday at Bourbon County High School. They'll take on the 10th Region Mason County Royals in a scrimmage. Should be a good test for the Cougars. Return for the top scorers, Aiden Barker also for the Cougars, transfers from LA County in here. And so the Cougars, a lot of people talk, maybe have a chance again in the 16th Region, 62nd District. The girls also return some really good pieces for Coach Derek Young. So you know what? One season goes down, and we roll right into the next one with basketball season and scrimmages coming up across the state for a lot of high school basketball teams, boys and girls.
Yeah, a whole lot going on, and we had the superintendent of schools in here earlier visiting with us, and I know Ralph's a big supporter of all the extracurricular activities, and he also does it with a balanced budget, unlike some school districts
right.
That I'm familiar with across the Commonwealth.
Cougars look to receive here in the second half. Lucas Engel, his foot's has been pretty busy tonight kicking off for Walton-Verona. He chips it up high once again at about the 24-yard line. That ball's fumbled. Alex Lee, I believe, gets right back on top of it, and that could have spelled disaster right out of the gates for the Cougars.
Yeah, good to see Alex recover. He's a quick thinker on the football field for sure. Chris, that kid, he's got football instincts in him, and he's not going to fumble it and not going to make an effort to go get it. He's going to go get the ball if it's there to go get. Pair ratings out for the 16th Region this week in relation to football teams in the 16th Region, and Morgan had been somewhere around the 11, 12, 13 mark all season. Moved up to number 9. After again winning against West Carter, getting beat by a 10th rated single A Paris. So good to see Morgan move up in the ratings. 13 teams listed, and again Morgan's number 9. Lewis County's last at 13th, Round County's 11th, West Carter 10th. Fairview's 8th, and that's probably one game, Chris, that you and I look back on and say, it's a game that wish the Cougars would have walked away with, and probably think they should have. Then you go to Ashland number 2 and Raceland 1. Raceland, a single A team, rated by some polls number 1 in the state in single A, but Raceland's number 1 pair ranked team in the 16th Region. And Ashland's behind them, one of the largest schools east of the I-75.
Second down after a short gain, and there's a fumbled snap, and Walton-Verona looks like they have it. And I tell you what I noticed on the play before is their defensive line have really disrupted the Morgan County offensive line. The one key point I had for Morgan County is I really thought we could physically up front be able to match that, but Walton-Verona has whipped the Cougars a little bit up front in the trenches there, and they've been very disruptive getting into the Cougar backfield, and they're going to take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how much a funneled snap it was versus just a lineman hitting our running back and quarterback at the exchange,
Hal in the backfield, he gives it off. That's going to be Levi Tilley.
Good stop.
Good stop for the Cougars. Short gain out to about the 26-yard line for Walton-Verona.
Our defenders stayed in their gap that time. They held ground with the offensive lineman for Walton-Verona, stayed in their gap, then slid off the block to make the tackle. So something we weren't doing at all in the first half. And, again, I know it's just play one of the second half on defense, but something positive there.
Hal back has a single back, split out twins right and left. He's looking. He's around the 20-yard line. He's going to throw it back across the middle of the field, and good. That's just a good heady play right there by the Walton-Verona receiver, just to find a spot, set down in that soft spot, and he was able to find him there for the short gain. But it's stuff like that. It's not a negative play. I think that was Michael Oldfield on the reception. Not taking negative plays is something Walton-Verona has stayed away from tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Chris. I think we've had one tackle for a loss, I think, the entire game.
They've stayed ahead of the sticks. They've played a very sound football. The Bearcats are threatening again, 42-6 with the lead. Tilley in motion. Not Tilley. That's going to be number 27. That's going to be Wes Simpson. He caught it, and he's going to get to the outside where he's knocked out at about the 15-yard line before that's good enough for a first down.
Put it in perspective, Chris, I talked about the tackle for loss. Morgan County Evan won. Last week, Kentucky versus Auburn. Kentucky had 12 tackles for a loss and 6 sacks, okay? Last week, we've had 0 sacks, obviously, and 1 tackle for a loss. So, and they've got 42 points.
Hand in hand.
You got to get into the offensive backfield several times, and not just on pass plays, but against the run, too.
The Cougars need a Steven Souls or Sam Green to get back there and be disruptive. Good hit, hard hit right there. Number 0, that was Levi Tilley on the carry for the Bearcats. The Cougars there to make a stop. Not sure who was on the tackle. That one was hard to see without the binoculars.
It's about pride right now, Chris, and that's what it's about. It's about pride, and the Cougars have pride, and hopefully they'll rise and just play as hard a football as they can play. That's all we can ask for right now. Okay, you're not going to erase 42 points, and you're not going to gain 36 points right now. So it's about pride right now.
Clock is rolling. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the third quarter. It's a running clock. There's a little screen pass set out for Levi Tilley. He's at the 10, the 5. He is hit and knocked out at the 3-yard line. He's hit hard there by the Cougars. A couple of guys in on it. Ty Bowman on the tackle was one of the Cougars, maybe Brett Potter, number 3, down at the Cougar 3-yard line.
Yeah, it kind of looked like he was going to walk in, but a pride thing came into play. 2 Cougars decided no walk in there.
Hal set back in the shotgun. He's going to give it off, and he is hit and met. Inching forward, maybe gets it down inside the 1-yard line.
So.
But it does not get in.
Yeah, 3rd and a foot maybe.
A host of Cougars in on the tackle there. It was Noah Sweeney. Big number 66, Jace Adkins. Been fun watching his career. The senior there getting in on the tackle. Great kid. Clock rolling, 6:20. 42-6. Walton-Verona leads it. They are in command. Not too worried about the play clock either, unless they may call a timeout here. They got an equipment issue. It looks like number 16. That's Avery Howe, the quarterback. He's kind of doing it all, being the equipment manager for Walton-Verona. Trying to get his hat set straight. There's the give, and that's going to be. He's stuffed.
Wow.
They're not going to give it to him. Great effort there. By the Cougars at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage, didn't he?
Sure did. Jace Adkins
line?
In on that one. And Jenkins, not sure who. Might have been Carson Napier. Yeah, 61 Carson Napier. 2 seniors plug up the hole right there and keep them out of the end zone. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Hal back under center. He's going to give it off to 0. That's
off
Levi
the left guard,
Tilley.
left tackle. Hard to hold them down there 4 downs. We held them 2. Got down the foot line, and it was Katie barred the door, and Katie couldn't bar it very well.
48-6. It's going to make that bus ride home feel a little shorter anytime you get a victory on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah, they came in a nice bus, I saw.
They sure did.
It's good ride for them. Most teams that travel in the playoffs do that.
Not many teams, Perry, have a winning record in the playoffs, but Walton-Verona, they do. They're 18-14, looking to make it 19 wins in school history into the playoffs, and that's a really good feat to have as a program setter. This team has won a regional championship, I believe, maybe back around 2012.
Their biggest problem is going to be how do we control our population, okay?
Yeah.
That's going to be their biggest problem. Stay in AA, but odds are in just 3 to 5 years, they're going to have so much population, and therefore kids in school that they're going to move to AAA.
A lot of growth in the area.
And then 4A, it's one of the 3-4 growing, major growing areas in the state of Kentucky. Of those outside of Lexington, Louisville, you look at all of northern Kentucky, true northern Kentucky, and then you look at the Bowling Green area, and those two are really growing. So that could move them up a class. Beechwood isn't going to allow themselves to get any bigger. They were 1A pair forever.
Right.
Forever. And now they're 2A power. So maybe they can go all the way through all the classes and still win.
Engel chips up another one. He's been very consistent back at the 21-yard line, and he has hit and met at about the 35-yard line. Pretty good return for Morgan County. Nice run there for the Cougars as we set up 1st and 10 and a running clock.
Wasn't no hesitation, He knew he was going to have contact, and he went ahead and just delivered it along with the defender coming in. So good job for that young man.
49-6, Walton leads it. Like I said, late in the third quarter, this will be a running clock throughout as it's above the 35-point threshold of a running clock here in the state of Kentucky. There's
good blockers, go.
He's got some room
good job.
out. Good run right there on 1st down. Connor Fleming takes the toss.
Chris, are you aware of the men's league that used to play football on Saturdays, Sundays?
In West
generally
Liberty?
Sundays in West Liberty.
The tackle league?
Tackle league without pads.
How did that go down?
Well, it was big man football.
That's what I would imagine.
Football. Rugby would look tame compared to Morgan County guys.
Sweetie, that's a gain of about 2 on 1st down. But the question is, where did you play this at?
They would play at the Kiwanis Club playground. Everybody I knew referred to it as a playground, but it's Kiwanis Club Park. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't equipment and everything around it as much. And they would also play on occasion on the high school field. And it was true big man football. There were no helmets. There were no pads in the pants. There wasn't no, it was just, it was rough. And when I say league, there wasn't teams like scattered around the county, but there was enough people to play it, and it was hard. And then I'll talk about the game that Coach Ed Zaremba organized in probably 1971. Also, when we come back here.
1st and 10 for the Cougars at the 47-yard line. Cougars got a man in motion. He's going to pitch it out to. Good run there to Connor Fleming once again, twin brother to twin brother there. He gets it out across into the territory of the Bearcats. Going to bring up 2nd and about along 2 for Morgan County.
Yeah, Coach Ed Zaremba came mentioned earlier in the season. He came with Marty Joyce as Marty's assistant, 70-71. Marty was the head coach first year, and then he left, went on to Clark County or Henry Clay. Can't recall exactly right now. And then Ed stayed on to be the head coach in 1971. Good pass
Fleming
play.
Back good. And it's right through the hands there of, I believe, Alex Lee. That was a good setup. He catches that one, Perry, and he's got some room to operate for a big game.
2 downs to get 3 yards here. But Ed decided I believe it was a preseason scrimmage. I don't think it was a Saturday during the season. But it was, I think, a Saturday, and he recruited a bunch of former players from wherever. Most of them, obviously, majority were from Morgan County. I'll stop while we run the play, Chris.
3rd and 3. Fleming gives it off to Keaton. I mean, not many carries here the second half, obviously, for the Cougars.
Will be a yard short, I think, Chris. 4th and 1.
We're going to go for this.
So Coach Zaremba recruited a bunch of guys, men, anywhere from the age of about 19 to about 40. 40, a little over 40 is the oldest one I remember, which was a Klein.
Randy
Wallace
Klein?
Rose and I were talking about this. No, this was back in 1971.
Oh, okay, before
when
Randy.
this happened. Oh, yeah. This
keeper there by
Fleming? This fellow was 40 in his probably early 40s then, but most of them, again, were anywhere from 19 to 40. And full pads playing against the high school football team.
Living through
kids,
the glory years right
kids.
there. Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to be said about that, but I don't know much of it that was good, you know, to be flat out honest about it. But it was an interesting event that day for those that participated, one side or the other.
There's a little jet sweep handoff. Cougars did this a lot last week at Paris with Connor Fleming, but Walton-Verona had that one scouted out. They're getting a lot of penetration at the point of attack, and they're able to keep the Cougars at bay there. It's going to bring up a second down and about no gain, 2nd and 8. As we close the third quarter of play, I don't think Morgan County will get a playoff here. Under 10 seconds to go. May just kind of concede and go to the fourth quarter. We'll take a break with them. It's Walton-Verona 49, Morgan County 6. You're watching Cougar playoff football on Spree TV.
You can have full control of your network with MRTC Total Command. This feature enhances your internet experience right at your fingertips. Worry less about online threats with included virus protection. Choose the sites your children visit and limit their screen time with parental control features. Manage smart devices at the touch of a button. You get all this for just $9.95. Plus, we will upgrade your router at no extra cost. Now that's Wi-Fi Advantage.
Did you know that teens can have their own debit cards at the Citizens Bank? Teach them independence while you stay in control. Ask about teen debit cards today. The Citizens Bank, committed to our community since 1928.
KHSAA high school football starting tonight for a lot of teams, trying to avoid tomorrow night's weather. Got a report from our friend there from Walton-Verona, Jay. Also a good friend of mine that coaches at Simon Kenton, Trent Steiner, says he knows him with the Pioneers, but tells me Lloyd, the Juggernauts, lead Bath County 48-0 at the half. So that's not the only ugly one tonight, Perry, across the Commonwealth.
No, Gary Ramey doesn't coach anymore at Bath County, and Gary had quite a history there, and a lot of great teams, and even before the Jones brothers, pretty good pass there. Going to be an interference on.
We'll get a break there, pass interference on Walton-Verona.
Yeah, give us a first down there. Good play.
I think Alex Lee's telling me, man, I think you caught some bad luck on that flag there. Chatted it up. But, speaking of, Northern Kentucky, a lot of great football in Northern Kentucky, and the Juggernauts, Lloyd, have always been, a pretty strong football program.
Yeah, Fort Thomas Highlands, Boone County's had their days at times, Cooper. Beechwood, obviously, always been in their day, and Highlands, a down year for Highlands has been 7 or 8 wins. Jared Lorenz and Sons, sophomore star already for Fort Thomas Highlands right now.
Got a shout out to Cooper High School.
Go!
There we go. That's Noah Sweeney.
Oh.
He gets it inside. He could have broke that one. He would have taken it in for a touchdown. Cooper High School, the Jaguars, man, one of the best long snappers, best snappers in the state of Kentucky. Got to be number one, my boy Drew Hartman, son of David Hartman. Shared some stuff. He's really good with the football previews, I think.
Kind of the Leonard's Losers for the old-time fans out here that this guy does. Chris shared with me from Northern Kentucky.
Dave Hartman, son, Drew Hartman. Basketball, football there. Baseball, good athlete.
Are they at Breathitt tonight?
No, it's Cooper Fleming on the keeper. He's going to be taken down. He's hit hard at the 24-yard line. 10:22 left to play. Like I said, this is a running clock at this point. Walton-Verona leads it by 43 over the Cougars late.
Third and long 3. So, Chris, the top 10 sides for Thanksgiving. What are your top 2 sides for Thanksgiving?
I think I've got to go with one of the most underrated sides, and that's going to be the stuffing. If it's got to be good stuffing and mashed potatoes, that's my 2.
Okay.
There's a inside handoff. He makes a man. It's Connor Fleming. He's going to scoot his way down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Another first down, Frankie.
Another first down. There we go. we had to prime Frankie on that one a little bit. What do you got, Perry, for your Thanksgiving meal?
The top 10 across the U.S., number 1 is mashed potatoes.
Yes.
I'm good. Number 2 is corn. I like corn, cream corn in particular.
Yeah.
Gravy's number 3. Sweet potatoes number 4. I wouldn't rank it 4.
No.
Cranberries number 5. Probably wouldn't rank it number 5. Carrots 6. Green beans 7. Mac and cheese 8. Stuffing number 9. Cornbread number 10.
You can't sleep on green beans at number 7. I think that's a tough rating for the green bean team.
I do too.
Green beans are better than that.
But I'd have stuffing much higher than number 9.
Absolutely.
And green beans much higher than number 7. I'm okay with mashed potatoes at 1. Robin and my mom and Charlotte and other members of our family do the fried stuffing, fried dressing, fried stuffing, and it's hard to beat. Been an Allen family tradition for years and years, and we still do it across the family every Thanksgiving.
Perry, I had 2 guys in the same spot right there. That could have been a touchdown for the Cougars, but maybe some confusion on that route running there. Fleming looked to have a guy open, but they kind of collided there close to the goal line. But, Perry, I'll tell you this, giving back to food, I tell you what, I think the Christmas dinner can be just as good as the Thanksgiving dinner because I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Christmas dinners.
Oh, I don't. We do turkey and then we'll do some other meat for Thanksgiving, but we maybe do a little prime rib, something like that on Christmas. Beef tenderloin, prime rib. We can't
He's
get
in
rid
trouble,
of it.
And that's going to be a quarterback sack. That's number 54. That's Sean Sinkhorn on the sack for Walton-Verona, the Bearcats. Fleming play action there, just didn't have enough time to get rid of it. Sinkhorn was there on the play.
You know, Cooper's progressed this year. He hadn't played this position, his entire life. A lot of quarterbacks, play this position from 6th grade on. Not all, but some do, and then others start, at freshman maybe or sophomore. And I think Cooper started around his junior year, maybe some his sophomore year. And, there's good-looking run play here.
Connor Fleming's got it to the inside the 20-yard line. That's going to be Noah Sweeney, perhaps.
Got it down to 4th and 9 or 4th and 10, maybe.
Noah Sweeney on the carry. Looks to be shaken up a little bit on the play.
Or was that 4th down while I was talking about dressing?
I think that was. They're going to change them out here. 7 minutes to play. Walton-Verona has this one in the bag tonight. They're going to travel back on 64-75 northbound, and we're going to take another playoff win back to Walton-Verona over the Cougars tonight. But that sets up a matchup that earlier in the season they played the Beechwood Tigers.
They might go through Maysville and stop at the Shays.
Well, they might need to do that. That is a quicker route for
Probably
me.
A little more deer activity going that way,
A lot of deer, and you better drive the speed limit on the AA, that's for certain.
Deer season comes in Saturday morning, gun season in Kentucky, which is big for many young and old people to be outdoors, harvest some meat to help and enjoy through the coming year. Something I enjoy doing. And
you like to quail hunt.
Would you like to quail hunt? That season came in also. Be starting to hit that hard here in a couple of weeks.
Is that something you did a lot with Jack Klein?
No, I've done a lot with my dad. Done with Dad, and Dad was a very avid quail hunter and grew up quail hunting with him and keeping bird dogs and all that. So been a life of enjoyment with that.
5:47 left to play in the game. 49-6, Walton-Verona.
Fumbled snap. I don't know if anybody blew the whistle or they just stopped playing.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times tonight there were some calls. I never saw an actual call made as far as the mechanics.
Jack Klein's an avid hunter. Jack Klein, avid bird hunter, quail, grouse, the works, and just got back. He and Randy and Randy's son and maybe a couple of grandsons. They just got back from Minnesota up there grouse hunting a few weeks ago. Go early and you go there to beat the snows and all of that. But Jack still he watches these games, and Randy was a great football player here from Morgan County on the offensive and defensive side of the field.
Number 32, that's right, Randy Klein. There's a little swing out screen pass, and he is going to be hit and dropped.
Yeah, they've got their backups in now. I want to give them credit for that, putting their subs in letting those kids play, and also making sure that they don't get any of their players hurt, with the game coming up next week. And again, Beechwood will be a heavy favorite. Heavy favorite, but again, that's an opportunity for these kids, an opportunity. These kids for Walton-Verona, I don't think they'll back down. They're just probably not capable,
right.
of beating a Beechwood.
And for the Cougars, Perry, we have 11 seniors I want to mention, too, before we get off the air. Cooper Fleming playing their last game as a Cougar. Trayvon Steyer, Connor Fleming, Noah Sweeney, Harry Campbell, Pete Hammond, who's out all year for injury. He had an injury, so he couldn't compete. But also Whitley Blanton, Carson Napier, number 61, a 4-year player. Brody Eisen, number 62, who was injured several weeks back, who's had a tough time to come back from an injury. Jace Adkins, number 66, played all year, played through a foot injury his own self. John Hilton, number 88. The Cougars had some seniors and showed some great leadership, and wanted to get those guys mentioned, and it's been a lot of fun to be around them this season.
Yeah, I know all the parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, everybody, brothers, sisters, proud of their kids being part of this team and this playoff team, and talking to Barbara Eisen a few weeks ago, and Barbara talking about her grandson, and just a lot of kids part of the team, and again, this team made the playoffs and didn't just make the playoffs, but they were the 2 seed. They just came out tonight, got beat by a better team tonight for sure, but probably didn't play up the capabilities. Whether they were a little tight, I don't know. Mark felt good about the team and our discussions with him, leading up to the game. But they didn't play, I don't think, up to their capability tonight. But they got beat by a much better team tonight.
23, Bryson Hammond made a really nice comeback catch there for Walton-Verona on the pass. Well placed, but the receiver made a nice play to come back and get it. Number 23, Bryson Hammond. Give off there's a fumble.
We got it.
Number 17, Braxton Parr is in at quarterback for Walton-Verona. There's a fumble on the play, handed off to Levi Tilley, coughed it up. Not sure he got that football back, and looks like the Cougars.
Be about 2 minutes left when we get to playoff, so I'd love to see us get a score, just to end the game on a score. Make it a 49-14 game, but more than anything, give these kids an opportunity to score another touchdown and leave this field, these 11 seniors, with a score.
2 minutes to play in this one in the 2025 season.
Hoping they get that playoff 2 minutes, but now it's going to be about 1:45.
A lot of these kids transition to other sports as well. And Kevin Keaton has swallowed up there. A lot of kids on this football team also play baseball. We get into some weightlifting or talk a lot about our kids in the weight room and conditioning. It's been a great year for our baseball program. Coach Dwayne Willis has just been a game changer as a head baseball coach here at Morgan County. And Perry, we've got a lot of kids got big, fast, and strong. So
you and I talking about Coach Willis, and I was fortunate to meet him back at one of our earlier games. And
impressive guy.
And how excited you are about him being one of the better coaches that Morgan County's hired in any sport, in your opinion, and you've been around a lot of it.
Absolutely. Back to pass, and he is quickly corralled. Before he is sacked at about the 32-yard line. Sinkhorn getting in on it on the action. Nice-looking player, too, quick off the ball.
Yeah, they don't have their subs in on defense, or at least on the defensive line. Maybe a defensive backfield a little bit, but not in the defensive line they don't.
74, Bryce Swanson in there as well, but Sinkhorn has been really nice. Really like the offensive tackle, number 70, Sam Kester for Walton-Verona. Thought he's played a really nice game. Big, strong kid, athletic, good feet. Connor Fleming in motion. He's going to take the jet sweep. Needs a block. He extends it out. He's going to make a man miss, and he's got a chance. He's at the 15, gets it down into the 13, maybe to the 12-yard line.
I'd really like to see Mark call a timeout here for these seniors. Believe you did. Get one more play off.
One last play here. And
yeah, who knows? Again, means something to these kids to score that way. And it might not mean much tonight, but it will mean much. It'll mean something down the road when they start thinking about that last drive they had.
Right. Unless you had if Vegas had this at the over-under at 54, right? So sound like Brent Musburger here,
on the air.
On the air. That score is painful for some people to watch, as they would say, the late score.
Well, there was a time here in this county, that you didn't have to go very far to get a line.
That's exactly right.
on a ball game and spreads and that. It was local.
55 and a half.
Maybe it still is, but I'm not aware of that today. But there were some people that kept track of that and done it locally, and fun stuff.
Maybe the last play in a running clock here. Cougars have it at the 12-yard line. Man in motion for Cooper Fleming. He's going to toss it back to Fleming. He's going to throw it up in the air. It's up for grabs. It's tipped and incomplete. It was off the hands of a Cougar receiver, I think Noah Sweeney, but he could not corral it, and that may do it.
Yeah, I believe Mark's going to let it run out, Chris.
Yeah. And the right thing to do. Walton-Verona comes on the road. They go down 75. They go east to 64, and they win it tonight over the Morgan County Cougars 49-6. And Walton-Verona will advance to this round of 16, and they will probably be on the road next week, 10 minutes down the road to play the Beechwood Tigers. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll wrap up the 2025 season in just a minute. You have been watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy from Appalachian Wireless. One of the things that makes us the region's best network isn't just our coverage, it's that we're local. You'll find real people right here from home, ready to help you get the best deals on the latest devices. We hear the other carriers bragging about how they cover the middle of nowhere, but this isn't nowhere. All our roads lead to somewhere. So come home to Appalachian Wireless. Visit us at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Stanford Builders is the area's best general contracting and paving company, serving you since 1965. We are family owned and operated and ready to meet your needs. Our experienced staff has the expertise to do the job right, no matter the size. We offer commercial and residential paving without the hassle of a big contractor. We also now offer dirt work services. Call us today for your free estimate. Stanford Builders is a proud supporter of local high school sports. Good luck to all athletes this season.
For nearly 50 years, Bank of the Mountains has served Morgan and the surrounding counties, working hard to provide our customers with friendly service and the financial products that make their lives easier. As a family-owned bank, we understand that relationships matter. We appreciate those who have chosen us to be their bank and invite those who haven't to stop by at any of our 3 locations, West Liberty, Index, or Ezel. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Bank of the Mountains is proud to be a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Brock Littrell, President of Commercial Bank of West Liberty. For more than 100 years, we prided ourselves on treating our customers like family. The technologies we offer afford you the ability to bank with us from anywhere.
Hi, I'm Angie Pendergrass. I'm the CFO of Commercial Bank, and we are constantly looking for new technologies to improve our efficiencies and our bottom line, but more importantly, it allows us to spend more time with our customers.
Hi, I'm Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. I'd like to thank you for trusting us with your banking needs.
Hi, this is John Eisen. When you're looking for insurance coverage, you want 3 things: competitive rates, expert advice, and fast, friendly service. At Eisen Insurance Agency, you'll find all 3. We are locally owned and operated, and all of our agents are licensed. We offer all types of insurance, from auto and home to business and farm, and even life insurance. Give us a try and you'll see why for over 45 years, so many of your friends, family, and neighbors trust Eisen Insurance to be their insurance agency.
With TCB Mobile, you can complete your banking needs on your own watch, anytime, anywhere. The Citizens Bank, the Anytime Bank.
Did you know that teens can have their own debit cards at the Citizens Bank? Teach them independence while you stay in control. Ask about teen debit cards today. The Citizens Bank, committed to our community since 1928.
Chris Trusty Perry Allen back here to wrap things up and call it a season for the 2025 Morgan County Cougars. The Walton-Verona Bearcats, the team come over and was able to do the school fight song with their fans. A lot of fans traveled down the interstates to watch them. It's a pretty good scene here to see their traditions. It's always cool to see the different schools' traditions that they have, and they're very happy. The coaches are elated, and they get to advance on to the round of
16 teams will be left next week in Kentucky high school football in Class 2A. And Jamie Brunk here, good to see him and all the people up here. Their camera crew and Frankie and you, Perry. It's been a pleasure, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a kind of a successful season in the sense that the Cougars did earn their way to the home playoff. Got a really big win, an upset win over West Carter, and they played their better football at the end of the season. Just didn't have enough tonight.
That's, I think, well said, Chris. I don't think there's a whole lot to add to that. They got better as the season went, as you said. Individual players improved. Tonight was not their best performance. But prior 3 games had continued to build, even the loss with Paris last week. Tonight they got beat by a better team, just not as they shouldn't have got beat as bad as they got beat. But, it's football, right. Basketball, baseball, sports.
Right, that's right. Cougars have a lot to build on. I think they have a really good sophomore class that they can build on going into next year. We know there's some help along the way in the middle school as those kids get acclimated, bigger, faster, stronger, get in the weight room. And that's the difference in high school sports. You have to get bigger, faster, stronger in all sports to compete. And they do have a really good outlook coming in the years ahead. There's some really good athletes in the younger ages that can come here and make a difference. And we hope that we can take this football program and expand on it. And
just have to keep those kids out. Keep them coming out. We've had a lot of junior high teams with success over the years. We had a great 6th grade team this year. Had a lot over the years, but it seems like not as many played high school once they got to that level. So that's what's got to be the key. We'll just have to see how that goes. But I hope just things like what Mountain Rural TV, Mountain Rural Telephone, Spree TV is doing, just the extras, the energy, the support,
right.
For the football program, things like that will help and make kids want to be a part of this. Chris. I think again it was a better season maybe than most had predicted. It would be. Mark's been the coach for a good while now. Mm-hmm. In district competition, coming out of district competition, what you want to do when you go out of district play, you want to build a program up so when you come back in, you're pretty competitive. Was this year competitive enough? Was it not competitive enough? That's not up for me to decide. That's up for administrators to decide, how that was and how that plays out, and up to Mark, to decide. I'm sure he judges himself as hard as anybody, at the end of the season and reviews things. But again, I'm for the Cougars all the way, always have been, and always will be. So I just hope football continues to build here and grow and get stronger. Where we beat a team like Walton-Verona next year or the year after, and get to where we're playing for the championship, district championship. Not just for a 2 seed or a 3 seed or to get into playoffs. But we get there and are able to compete. That's what I want and what so many of the former players, Blue Devil and Cougar fans that I talk to, during the week, what they want, okay?
Right.
And not all of them were able to do that. I'm not meaning that. They weren't able to compete either at the highest level. That doesn't mean they shouldn't want it, that the community shouldn't want it, and we want it for the players that play, so you want it for. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, Chris. Again, when you asked me to do this, I'm like, Lord, that's not something I'd thought about, but it's something I took a day to think about to make sure the commitment was there and I could honor it for you and for the Cougar program and for Mountain Rural Telephone TV. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Jonathan and working with the team from Mountain Telephone, such a professional group, and that's
Absolutely.
What we've heard from so many other fans, not just Cougar fans, but other fans, and the production those guys put forth is top shelf.
Right.
And that's not talking about Chris and I were talking
Right.
about them.
The people that make it happen.
Yeah, with Mountain Rural. So thanks to Mountain Rural for all they do at the highest up level, and with the professionals that support you and I here. Want to thank my family, Chris. Thank my wife and kids and my girls, grandkids, brothers. All the former Blue Devils and Cougars that have played, and thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here and say too much sometimes, probably such as right now, and not enough when I was out doing a conference call in the parking lot before the game started. And
yeah, I had to wing it.
You wondered if I was going to join you.
You hung me out to dry.
You were probably
there.
hoping I wasn't going to join you.
Well, but, Perry, it's been an absolute pleasure and a blast to do this with you. It was fun, the preparation that we put in to doing this, but also the team of people behind it. And you said it all too well. Our executive producer, Jonathan Keaton, does a marvelous job. To all the people the camera operators tonight, it was Adam Mann and Junior Lane. It's been Tyler Adkins and Tim Mays, and everybody that makes it possible has just been phenomenal. And Perry, maybe we can do this again and set something going forward, and we'll try it again next season and covering Cougar football and supporting our Cougars in West Liberty and all of Morgan County, and hopefully to do things first class. And I think we had a lot of fun doing that, and we got to interview and bring to light so many things in our pregame shows, whether it be the breast cancer awareness nights or just talking to different people and bringing back old Cougars. That's what it's all about, is the relationships
so
that
good
we
tonight
build.
too, Chris, to see the school recognize the 2012 team, that had back-to-back seasons with 8 wins. 2 8-3s or 8-3 and 8-2, and good to see that. So good too. Appreciate the school system doing that.
Well, that'll be a wrap here from Morgan County High School at Don McKenzie Field. The 2025 season comes to an end. The Cougars will end the season at 4-7, and Walton-Verona will go on. They'll move on to 5-6 on the season. They'll take on the Beechwood Tigers, an absolute juggernaut in northern Kentucky, but they have the task ahead of them. Once again, I want to thank everybody that made this possible. Morgan County High School, Morgan County Schools, Perry Allen, the color analyst, Jonathan Keaton, the executive producer, Adam Mann and Junior Lane on the cameras tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, and until next time, you've been watching Cougar football on Spree TV. So long, everybody.